Isn't that funny? Is that how they do it? They address only arguments they think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, it's like they never talk about that part of it. It's like they don't read it in the complaint.
Right.
But I think
they read it. They don't want to respond to it.
I just think that there is no response. There really isn't.
Probably not.
I mean, there's no proof.
So they should just be decent about it.
The proof is there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there,
Yeah.
right? There's no. It doesn't even have to be egregious. It's just done.
Yeah. What kind of damages do you have?
We're up, so.
Hey, can you take us off for a second?
One child has died. At least 45 other children and adult chaperones are hurt after the charter bus they were in veered off Interstate 30 near Benton overnight and flipped over.
These injuries are scattered across about 4 hospitals in the central Arkansas area.
ASP spokesman Bill Sadler, the bus carrying a youth football team from Dallas home to Memphis, were told I-30 around the crash site mile marker near 111 is back open. The bus driver, Lisa, is being questioned.
Thanks, Jeff. One of the American soldiers wounded in a roadside bomb attack in Afghanistan last week has died. 24-year-old Sergeant Jason McClary from Export, Pennsylvania. The Pentagon confirming the 4th death from the attack today. It was already the deadliest attack for the U.S. military in Afghanistan this year. The Taliban claim responsibility. This is Fox News.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because at Lowe's, pros save every day on the materials and supplies they use most when they buy in bulk. Now you can get up to 15% off select in-stock drywall accessories, and backer board when you buy in bulk. Plus, you can get 30% off select in-stock fiberglass insulation. And our dedicated pro team is here to help you get it all loaded up and get you back on the job. So, pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. Minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. U.S. only.
Visiting Angels is America's choice in senior home care. We believe your loved ones should never have to give up living at home. Visiting Angels provides personal home care up to 24 hours per day, including meals and light housework. Ask about our dementia care at home. You'll select your professional caregiver. Look up visitingangels.com or call 877-374-LIVE. That's 877-374-LIVE.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
This is Kurt Cambier. You've heard me on the Ross Kaminsky Show. The newly released 2018 J.P. Morgan Guide to Retirement is now available. There's a limited supply. Send me an email now to request your copy. Go to KurtCambier.com. That's Kurt with a K. CAMBIER.com.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, and I trust Fix-It 24/7 to take care of me. Great news. Fix-It 24/7 is offering $77 off any repair. Leave your cares and troubles behind and let them take care of you. $77 off. 720-526-3939 or fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
Adults who have crooked teeth and always wanted to deal with them, there is a way to do that. Dr. Kent Lawson has pioneered new orthodontics for adults. Straighten your teeth, widen your palate, take care of jaw alignment, help you with TMJ, stop sleep apnea with natural means in 2 years or less. Way cheaper than getting a mouthful of veneers. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100.
Napa know-how. It's the biggest holiday sale ever at Napa. Like a Black Friday sale every day, with hundreds of items at their best prices of the year. Like a 26-piece screwdriver set for only $17.99. Just $17.99. See, just like Black Friday, but nobody gets trampled. So don't miss Napa's biggest holiday sale ever. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
at participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer ends 12/31/18.
Ideal Home Loans has a better plan. They can help you with debt consolidation, but get it over with quickly.
We worked with a customer recently who called. They wanted to consolidate their bills. We were able to do that. They were saving a grand total of $1,100 a month. We showed them how to take $600 of that $1,100, apply it back towards their new mortgage. They are going to be completely debt-free, mortgage and all, in just over 12 years.
Ideal Home Loans has a program to fit you. They don't just have one size fits all. In fact, they don't even do it when it comes to approval, even though you're approved and you are. Most companies will just write you a loan.
So the guy that's going to be sitting here when he comes in is
Do you think the Fed this month, when they meet, will raise or hike rates?
I thought they already met.
No, they meet on the 18th. So if they met, they're meeting again.
It'll probably be incremental.
Well, it must
They're
be
gonna drop it.
the meeting, because I thought it went very good, like he wasn't going to raise.
They have been.
What's that?
They have been. That's been
Right. They have
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. We are here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and to give you a welcomed relief from politics and backbiting. OMG. Welcome. This is what I do. I take calls from people and solve problems and go to fight for people, and sometimes individuals we get directly involved, sometimes groups, because it's a major issue. Over the years, we have recovered hundreds of millions, not just millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, cumulatively in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. This hour brought to you by Centeno Schultz. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, and I'm a consumer advocate. Yeah. Now, there's no such. Is there such thing as someone who advocates for consumers, right? I guess you can't get licensed or certified as a consumer advocate, but I do it and have been doing it. That's all I've ever done, and I'd love to help you. So all you have to do is call 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Mark and Suzanne are off today. Daff is at the controls, and I have my two stooges to the left, Deputy Clint, Deputy Dan, and I don't have a stooge here as an attorney. He's a good guy, Mark Trenner Law. I love having him here because we talk about intellectual property. I love talking about this area of law. His area of law represents hope. It really does. Hope and dreams. I mean, think about it. I love attorneys in general that do great work. But Joe Lazara, for example, he's criminal defense. You're in trouble. I mean, you never like seeing him, although Joe's a great guy. But Mark Trenner, you love seeing because you have an idea. But I imagine, Mark, there have been many people who have been disappointed after meeting you because you said, wait a minute, and you do a patent search, and there's other patents on it.
Right, that happens a lot.
One thing people misunderstand, when there is a patent on something and they haven't acted on it, it's still a patent. So somebody will say, well, I looked all over, there's nothing on the market. But somebody might be sitting on a patent that thwarts what you just did.
That's right. And expired patents, too. I mean, even the patents
expired. What do you mean if it's expired, what happens?
It's considered being the public domain then, so anybody can do it. So if your idea is too close to something that's out in the public domain, even if it was never a product, they'll bar you from getting a patent.
303-713-TALK. Okay, now, Centeno Schultz, their seminar, December 11th. It is, December 11th is on a Tuesday. Okay? Is that just a week from, yeah, it's a week from tomorrow. And it's in the Tech Center, the Denver Marriott Tech Center. You know, you can show up there, by the way, you know, Tuesday, December 11th, 6:30. But they'd rather you reserve a seat. We cannot guarantee you a seat. And if there's too many, you can't, they won't let you in. So, but here's the deal. There is no obligation. If you want to learn about real, living stem cell therapy and stay away from the liars and cheats and rip-offs using amniotic fluids and umbilical cord blood. If you want to use real living stem cells harvested from you, used with imagery for arthritis, painful joints, here's the number to reserve a seat. And then I'll give you a website easy to remember. The number, and you may want to just go straight for an evaluation. You've heard it all. You just want to really see some real doctors. Dr. Centeno and his group, the first doc to ever do stem cells in a clinical setting. The number 303-963-9201. 963-9201. The website, avoidsurgerytoday.com. Avoidsurgerytoday.com. And that's Tuesday, December 11th at 6:30. And so, as I said, Mark Trenner's here, and I have some questions that have come in by email that I save up for him. But if you people, all of you, any of you, if you have questions about inventions, ideas, a lot of people are developing apps. How can apps be protected? We'll talk about that. Can a website be protected? Jerry, it's your turn. Give us a call, 303-713-TALK. We have a few lines open, 303-713-8255. What's happening, Jerry?
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes,
Tom.
Jerry.
I need a little help getting
What's
a deposit back.
Okay, well, is it from a rental?
Well, I was going to rent or looking at apartments at the Bonaventure, a new retirement.
Okay, and what happened?
And I gave them my $500.
Now, under what conditions did you give the $500? Was it an application? Was it an application fee?
Application fee, basically, is what it is.
And did you fill out the application?
I filled out. I signed a form. It's called Reservation for Resident Move-In, and it's got all my information on there, and a copy of my check that I gave them for $500.
And what were the conditions on this check? Did the forms?
There are no conditions. It's refundable.
Well, does it say it's refundable, or is it
Yes.
is it mute on that point?
It says it's refundable
On that form.
on that form.
Really?
And that was on September 18th. I gave that to them. On October 2nd, I went back and said I was not going to be able to do that. And they said it would take about a month for me to get my...
So they're not disputing the right to get your money back.
Nope.
They just haven't given it to you.
They just won't do it. They give me the runaround every time I call. The first time I called was November 7th.
Hold on.
And then maybe...
Is there anything I'm not hearing?
Anything you're not
Yeah,
hearing?
like did they say, Jerry, you only had 3 days or 10 days or...
No. He
well,
kept saying,
okay, what was supposed to happen? If you never called them on October 12th, tell me what was supposed to happen. You put $500 down on September 18th and filled out a form. What would have been the next step?
The next step would have been when they open, and I...
when do they open?
They're not open until January.
Okay, what would have happened then?
I would have moved in. They would have applied my $500 to the first month's rent.
No, wait a minute. You would have moved in. So it was done. Everything was done.
Well, no.
Okay, what would your next step have been?
They didn't give me a move-in date. They did not give me a move-in date.
What would your next step have been once it's completed? You would have had to do a lease, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, what do you mean probably? Would they let you rent without a lease?
No, they would give you, but I didn't.
Jerry, what I'm trying to get at is there's a process. What was that process? And were you in line for a refund for that process? Or would they say, oh, that's way too late. We already reserved it. I don't know, but we'll call, all right? That's the point. At some point, you got to know what your process is. You put down $500 and wait for it to open, then what? There's got to be a process somewhere, and they have to abide by it. 303-713-8255. Todd, what's going on? You're on the Tom Martino Show, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app, downloaded everywhere. What's going on? And, of course, referralist.com. Todd, what's going on? Are you there, Todd?
This is Dave.
Okay, Dave, are you calling about an accident?
No.
Okay, hold on one sec, Dave. Somehow Todd called in and then dropped off and someone else called in. So hang on, all right? Who's on line one? I feel like Abbott and Costello. Okay. Todd, what's going on with you, Todd? Now I have you.
Yeah, I was involved with an accident, rear-ended, and Geico Insurance Company, their client, or they took responsibility, and now they want to total my truck. It's an older truck. It's a 96 truck.
Well, of course. I mean, if it's a 96 and the repairs are going to be more than the market value, they don't have to pay you more than the truck's worth. The most they owe you is that truck. And was it in excellent condition?
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
How many miles on it?
180.
Okay, so how much damage are they saying is on there?
They won't actually tell me the damage. They just said the truck's worth $4,500.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean they won't tell you? Did you have this? Obviously, they didn't take the truck. Where is it?
We took it to one of their preferred shops.
Well, you don't have to. First of all, you have no obligation to do anything. They are not your insurance company. They're not your preferred shop. You could have taken it anywhere you wanted. Now, are you doubting the amount of damage, or do you, or what? What you got to find out what damage there is. What if there's only $1,000 worth of damage?
That's what I'm trying to find out. That's
okay.
where I work.
Well, here's what you need to do. Here's the first step. And for everyone listening, you never have to play with the other insurance company ever. You take your truck or car to someone you know and trust and have them evaluate it completely before you do anything. Even if you want to later take it to a preferred shop because they'll be a little nicer to you, the other insurance company, that's up to you. But first we have to establish damages. But they told you the truck is worth $4,500 and therefore they said that's all you're going to get. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, Todd, do you know what the truck is worth?
No, I do not. I'm going to assume they're probably close. They gave me a pretty detailed list of comparables.
And they would also, but you check those because Mark Major was in an accident like this, and he got 10 grand more than they offered after checking the comparables. They're not always fair. So here, I'm going to give you a list to do, okay? Are you ready? Okay. You hold on. I'm going to give you a list of what to do, and everyone in an accident should follow this list, okay? So hang on. You know, I talked earlier about Joseph A. Lazzara. Of course, I said I love Mark Trenner and what he does, and it represents hope. It represents dreams because he does, you know, inventions and trademarks and all that. But Joe Lazzara, while I love the guy, he represents trouble, right? If you're in trouble, you need him. Now, of course, you'll be very happy if you're in trouble to use him. Joseph A. Lazzara. You'll find Joe on my referral list at referralist.com. It's, you know, if you want to try, it's Lazzara, so 2 Z's, Lazzara, 1 R. It's LazzaraLegal.com, also on my referral list, referralist.com, DUIs, shoplifting, charges, guilty, innocent, or in between. Look, he's not going to preach to you. He's a representative for you. 303-429-6200, 429-6200, $5 to $100 off any big case from Martino listeners. Also, flat rate pricing on everything, and those prices are given up front.
I hinted at something when I talked. I said, no stalls, accidents, or major delays in the
despite bitter family rivalry, Bush wanted Trump at his funeral. Bush was a good guy.
Sorry about that. Getting back in the groove.
McCain was a shithead. I really think McCain was a shithead.
Are you doing lives anymore? Is that?
I'm doing lives every time.
On those, okay, but I'm talking about, and I always say it wrong.
So the beauty
I'm talking about calling.
Yeah, my kids there.
Call in lines. Tell Brett he can do all our lines. That's up to him.
Okay, that was my question.
Yes, thank you for asking. So, let me see who else we can
work on. But there was, well, usually there's 2. I would have to look at my
the kids like it.
Let's see if Pro Auto.
Yeah, and Pro Auto.
He's not on here.
Okay.
But yes, all Brett wants to do is ask what time.
What?
Just everything.
Oh, okay.
Evergreen's I don't want to look like it.
I know. Evergreen's a nice. I got to get a nice shot right to downtown.
Mark Trenner is such a pleasant man. I disagree with you. This emailer saying you're a prick. I'm just kidding.
We're going to jump on him right away.
You're saying who the hell? Systems going right now. GoCamSolar.com is the website.
I don't think I made anybody mad. You never know.
GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter.
Trump says he wants Cohen locked up. So Trump wants the rat locked up.
Isn't he the one that registered as a Democrat?
Did he?
One of those dudes.
Oh, really? Really?
Like, what's that all about?
Yeah.
pretty darn tough. It's kind of funny.
Todd? All right, Dad. Here's
What makes it humorous there?
together we'll get your kitchen, bathroom, or energy efficient replacement windows planned and ready to go.
So the guy that's coming in, he had to
Book your project now.
take buses in, but he invented a window where
Daniel's
there he
here.
is, there he is.
Hey,
Daniel.
gentlemen. Can you help him out, Tom?
Yeah.
Man, good to see you. Make yourself comfortable.
So here we are, Nathaniel, and Dan.
I'm sorry I was late. I'm happy Mark's not here. First bus never came. I'm happy Mark's not here.
Here's your headphones. You got water for you. You're gonna talk.
Actually, Jesse doesn't know about.
You'll be talking here, and
Brent
then we'll hit this
calling
button
in.
on and off. So can't leave it on.
What does he call in on? He calls in on a different line, though. It's not our
You will if
He
Tom
usually
asks
calls
for
in.
it. I also share if I
Call
say
him on
something.
his cell.
Okay.
And ask him
Yeah,
what
if you're gonna say something,
No,
go ahead,
he
just hit
calls
on.
in whenever he's set up in where it goes through that.
Okay, okay. You know what? Since we don't know how to do that, tell him he can do it on the.
That I just was there.
Thanks for having me, Tom. I appreciate it. Answer that question. Talk to one of the salary-based mortgage consultants. How's everything going? Oh, blessed. Fantastic. So you're going, like I said, I don't want to make fun of anything, so
Either way,
either way.
Just make sure you can hear, okay?
You okay? Very good. So I gotta make a list here of spots.
So we usually take it off during the commercial, so we just talk among ourselves.
Okay.
That's up to you.
What's your name again, sir?
My name is Dan.
Dan, okay. So you produce or something?
No, producer is right there.
Okay. You the one? Who's the one with the expert in the? Dan is our technical producer. Okay. Well, who's the expert in the? $12,000 a year. Who's the expert in the copyright and patent all that stuff?
There's this guy right here.
Okay. He's right here, Mark Trenner. Okay. He's here today, and you only have to pay him $50 an hour because he's here. You don't have to pay him. I'm just kidding.
He takes cash up front. Huh?
No, you pay it to me, and then you talk to him, and I'll see that he gets it. Well, he's a lawyer, you know. He's your principal, huh? No, he's not.
He's a lawyer. He's got like 3
What is your
engineering degrees.
He does flat.
Everything flat.
Which is really fun. It's a flat rate. Like a patent search.
Yeah.
How much?
500.
500.
Now, the last time producer said that he had found invention that was like mine in the patent, but he never told me the patent number. Which is
Who told you that?
The guy who was the producer last time.
You mean Mark Major? The other guy?
Yeah.
Well, you don't listen to Mark.
Okay.
He changes it like that, like people change underwear.
He never told me. He never told me that the patent number. He said there's some out there.
No, he
like
probably found something on Google.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Happy to tell you about Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal, open Monday through Saturday 9. Monday through Friday 9 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6. I think they're going to change the hours come soon. They usually have different hours in the winter. But Rocky's, 63rd and Federal, you can go to their website to find out more, rockysautos.com. Here are the hallmarks. Price is clearly marked. Lenders on site that they can originate loans from and get you 100% approved so they don't have to go anywhere else. They are representatives of 40 different lenders in their finance department. They also can fix you up with insurance if you need to finance and get out there right that day. They have everything under one roof, and the deal is the deal when you leave. There's no cheating, no calling back, nothing like that. A great selection. Rockies, 63rd and Federal, 303-426-4646. Okay, today we're talking about anything you want. I'm going to introduce a special guest in a minute here who's in because Mark Trenner's here. I thought it would be fun to have him in. He is a really fun guy. Mark Trenner. Trenner Law is a trademark and patent attorney. And one of the things I get emails about more than anything, okay, can you protect an app? A phone app, an app on a computer?
You can.
App.
Yeah, you can. I mean, usually you're going to be looking at the algorithm behind it. If it's just displaying images, that's not patentable.
We want to know what part of an app can be protected. So through the show, I'm going to give you some scenarios, okay?
Okay.
All right, 303-713-8255. Now I will go to the phone and give a list. Because I said to Todd, he was in an accident, and I want to, everyone listening online, please take note, okay? If you're in an accident and it's the other person's fault, first and foremost, okay, do not talk to the other insurance company on the phone when they want to ask you questions or if someone knocks at your door. Do not talk. You are under no obligation to talk to other insurance company at all, okay? The only reason they want to talk to you, the only reason, is to trip you up. They'll call and say, if you don't mind, we're going to record this conversation. We have questions. What you say is this: I am happy to answer any and all questions. Submit them in writing to me. That's it. So they cannot say you are refusing to cooperate. Now, did they already call you up and say, hey, can we have a few details? Did they say that?
Yes.
Yep, and you did it for them, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I just explained what happened, yep.
Yeah, and they'll ask you questions like, well, do you think it could have been avoided in any way? Or do you think this? Or they'll just try to screw you up, so if push comes to shove, that can happen. Now, the other thing, after not talking to them, okay, take your car to your own place where you trust. And for that, you go to referralist.com. Take your car to your place. You do not go where the insurance company wants you. The reason they're a preferred shop is they save the insurance company money. Okay? That's not always good for you. And then you then assess your own damage. You don't let them do it. So you assess your own damage. Okay, now, when it comes to, and this is not to do with the personal injury part. For the personal injury part, that's a whole separate ballgame. We're not addressing that right now. So here's the deal. You do not talk to the other insurance company. You already did that. You take your car to your own place. You already violated that. You assess your own damage. You already violated that. Next thing is get true value of your car. And the way you do that is with an independent inspector or someone you can call, or dealers who are selling these. Listen, dealers, contrary to popular belief, don't have a vested interest in pumping up the price. You say, look, I'm in an accident. I'm going to be replacing these soon, but I really need to know what is the value of this car truly. And then you add sales tax to that. Okay, once you do that, now you're ready to negotiate. But remember this. If you cannot come to a suitable agreement for damages, you go directly after who? The other driver. That's the person that violated and hurt you. It's not the insurance company. You are under no obligation to deal with the other insurance company. So you need to do a few things for me. Number one, I want you to get your car somewhere else.
Okay.
Number two, you need to have an estimate on your own, okay?
Yep.
Number three, you need to investigate each and every comp to make sure they're correct, and you have to call and get your own. You got that so far?
Yep.
Okay? And then once that happens, you negotiate a price. Now, just between you and me right now, I doubt they're listening or they would even know the case. How does $4,500 sound to you?
To be honest with you, it's probably on the low end, but not unreasonable.
Okay, so what would make it reasonable to you?
I just like to get my truck fixed and running again.
Yeah, okay, so it might be able to get fixed. Now, if they offer you a price, let's say they offer $5,000, and you want the truck. Now they're going to say, okay, you're going to have to take the $5,000, and the salvage is what they should sell it to you for. Now, here's how you get them and trick them, because here's what some insurance companies say. They say the truck's only worth $5,000, right? That's what they'll say to you. The truck's worth $5,000, and it's going to take $4,500 to fix it. So we're not going to do it. Okay? All we're going to do is pay you the $5,000 and you go away. Then you say, I want to keep the truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back and say, well, if you want to keep the truck, well, then you only get to keep, we're only going to give you $2,000. You see what I mean? So, but if they say they're only going to give you $2,000, so they're saying the truck in the condition it is right now is worth $3,000. And it's just not true. So you can, here's what you do. To get a true salvage value, You get the value of what they say the truck is fixed, right?
Yep.
And then you get the value of what they are holding back if you keep the truck. So let's say they are holding back $2,000. Okay, then that leaves a $3,000 differential. Then they're actually saying, if they will only, if they're saying your salvage is worth $2,000, and in that case, they're full of crap because it's not worth $2,000. They're saying it's going to take $5,000 or $4,500 to fix it, with a market value of $5,000. If you take 45 from 5, what do you get? You get $500. So when they offer you a settlement, okay, and you can use that against them to keep that salvage at a very cheap price. There's an actual formula for it I don't want to go over right now. But in essence, whatever they want to keep, if they want to keep $2,000, they're ridiculous. Yet they say it's going to take $4,500 to fix it. Now they're saying, okay, then it's worth $6,500. So you see what I'm saying? That they try to play with numbers. They'll give you a settlement. You need to get that. If you want to get that truck fixed, and it's possible, you need to get that truck for as cheaply as possible. They don't really want that salvage. They only use it for blackmail if they think you want it. So get your first highest settlement first, then negotiate to keep the salvage to get it fixed. You may not be able to. They may not move on that. That's a weakness in people's arguments many times. It's the salvage. They want that salvage so bad that they're willing to sacrifice. Don't do it. Don't do it. So in any case, you go through those steps. Don't talk to, well, you already did some wrong. You go and get it to your own place, get an assessment of damage, get a true value of your vehicle with sales tax, and then if you have a problem, you go directly against the other driver. You can even do it in small claims court. And call us back. Let us know how it goes. 303-713-8255. Now, Dave says the doctor coded his visit wrong for insurance. Is that right, Dave?
Yes.
So what does that mean now? You're not going to get reimbursed on the same rate you would have?
Well, on our health insurance, we get a free physical every year.
Oh, okay.
So we both my wife and I scheduled a physical, and she just got a bill last week for $350. And I called them up, and they said, well, you know, we coded it wrong. And my wife got on the phone and said, recode it.
Well, what did they call it if they didn't call it a physical?
You know, we haven't.
And normally in insurance, I think they call it a wellness check or something, or a whatever. So in any case, they should correct that. I mean, really, it's costing you money as a result. Your insurance would have clearly covered that visit. Is that right?
Yes.
Why won't they change it?
Well, and we've run into this once before, where once a code is in there, it's like granite. They don't want to move.
That's not true at all. That is not true at all. Now, of course, the insurance company may question, why did you code it the first time this way? First, exactly what did she have done?
Well, like I say, she went in for physical.
Was it a real? Is that why she was there? No symptoms?
Yes. No.
Okay. And how did they code it?
That, you know, we don't know.
Well, your insurance company will tell you. You got an EOB, explanation of benefits. They'll tell you what it was coded.
Okay. Well, we called the doctor, but we didn't call the insurance agent.
Okay. Call the insurance. Find out how it was coded. Would you get back to us then? Because really, we'll call the doctor, but we have to go through this whole rigmarole with HIPAA. You have to sign this saying we can do it, and I don't mind. But you really need to talk to that doctor. I mean, how much would they have paid? It would have been totally free?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a reason the doctor's doing this. You got to find out why. Listen, I can't do that. And we'll call for you. But first find out how they coded it. That'll tell us a lot. 303-713-8255. Okay, stay tuned for more. We have another guest, an inventor in the studio. This ought to be fun. I want to tell you about Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. This is one of the best offers in the, well, No, it's the best offer in the business when it comes to transmissions. Now, I'm not saying they're the only ones who can fix your transmission. We have great transmission places on our referral list at referrallist.com. But here's what Mark Machowski is doing at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. If you have transmission trouble and you're inclined to get it fixed, there's no obligation. But, you know, the cars, for normal pricing, you'd get it fixed. He'll take the chance to tear it apart and analyze each and every part internally to give you an honest, accurate estimate with no obligation and no charge. Which means if they break into it and it's way more than you thought, no obligation. If you want to junk the car, junk it. No cost. Let's say in the meantime you found someone who specializes in that and says, I can get a better price. Go ahead. No charge. Or you decide, hey, let's just get it back together. I just want to keep it the way it is for the last few miles. You can do that too. No charge for the disassembly. And there's a small charge for putting it back together, which you negotiate up front. In other words, you know everything up front. And there's no charge for tear down and estimate. In fact, if he has another estimate from another shop, he'll beat it by 10% or $250, whichever is more to save you more money. 303-781-9858. 781-9858. That's Budget A1 on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth.
I get so confused. I got this down. Let me just find it. I have this down when it comes to...
Rent is not available today.
Okay. Did you find that, Stephanie? Stephanie.
That's okay. My sister's name's Stephanie. I answered both.
Hi. How you doing, Precious? How you doing?
Nathaniel, right?
Yes, right.
Daphne. So nice to meet you. Yes, I did. I ran down there now.
All right.
Did you get a hold of that one? Have a nice day now.
I will. I'll be right behind you.
Okay. This is just a magazine, some of the ideas I have, so you can follow along.
And Tom, let me know if you need a copy
24
at any time.
How about next break? That'll be 11 o'clock hour. And the birthday of the and they have 100% all across the country. I have put together 24 events that I want them with the whole country. And I'm calling it the NFL World Fashion. But you thought about this before some kind of celebration, not this one, but another kind.
What's going to be also with this. Super Bowl park. We're going to take the actual Super Bowl grass that the Broncos will win their first Super Bowl on and make a park.
But where do you find that grass now, though?
Oh, we still got some. Remember Jim Walker? He had the in 5 Points. He had a radio talk show. He owned the station about 20-some years ago. When the Broncos won the first Super Bowl, he went down there. I actually looked. It'd be a nice idea if the Broncos win. He went down there and got truckloads of that grass. So he still got some left. And I want to put some of that turf that the Broncos actually won the very first Super Bowl on, put in a park where we, the Bronco country, can play touch, tag, and flag football on the very same turf that the Broncos won their very first Super Bowl on. That's called Super Bowl Park.
What was the name of the guy down there? You said, what's his name?
Jimmy Walker, Daddy-O. Daddy-O Walker.
Is a premier addiction recovery program.
There's another
guy down there famous down there.
Well, you got Bubba Jeff,
evidence-based treatments,
Daniel Walker,
substance abuse. No more
black guy, white guy down 5 Points.
kind of ahead of that area, I thought. Oh no, he had the restaurants. He had a big restaurant. Used to be Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, you mean Bruce
Danny Bruce Randolph.
Yeah, Bruce Randolph. Yeah. Oh, you think it's been there? No.
Okay.
But they still give out food every Thanksgiving in his honor, in his name.
Okay. I saw his name. I saw his name the other day.
Yes, they got a street. They got a blueprint.
Oh yeah, they got the street name.
Yes, sir.
I wondered since I saw his name popped up. I guess it's because of the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's about the biggest thing in Colorado. Yeah. People volunteer. All kinds of people volunteer. To get involved in that.
Stone property down right at 2050 Walton. $1 million?
Yeah,
we get it.
Oh, okay, okay,
Just
okay.
up the street from there. Okay. We go down to Daddy Bruce Randolph's for lunch.
Okay. Oh, so you had a restaurant down at you, huh?
Yeah, barbecue, if I remember.
Okay. I never met her. I've been here about 25 years. We got it from my time.
Yeah, that was probably longer than that, Cheryl.
This is what we do.
So how long you been in Colorado?
What's that?
How long you been here in Colorado?
I got transplanted here when I was 2.
Woo! You're a Bronco fan, right?
Well, till this year.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's 3 in a row. Thank you.
I'm 3 in a row.
Playoff hunt.
I know. I'm a fair weather friend.
Oh, man.
Fair weather friend?
I'm a fair weather friend.
Fair weather fan.
I'm worse than a fair weather fan.
But you was here though when the Bronco won the Super Bowl.
Oh God, yeah.
You was here.
Yeah.
And they still, the NFL still treat the Broncos country like the red-headed stepchild.
Yes, they do.
Huh?
Yeah.
They still do. But now it's time. Well, we're in the West, but now it's time for the Broncos to be who they are. We are the golden team. This is the golden team of Broncos country. We won the Super Bowl 50, the golden season, the golden Super Bowl. We won it. So now it's time for them to start treating us.
The last one to win 2 in a row, right?
Who?
Broncos?
No.
Who won 2 in a row?
New England.
Did they win 2 in a row?
But they've been given Super Bowl so many times.
They've been just gave it to them?
Atlanta gave it to them.
Who did?
Seattle gave it to them.
Oh, that was great. That was the best Super Bowl ever.
New England, Atlanta gave it to them, and Seattle gave it to them. And they still cheat on top of that. They still cheat. Don't give me started.
You know they're a power.
Don't give me started on New England. They
You
cheat
know
us.
they're a power.
And we like that coach. What's his name? Daniels.
Yeah.
And he was cheating.
What's he doing now?
He's
the offensive coordinator still.
Where? He was cheating.
I thought he was in charge of blowing footballs.
You mean you say footballs?
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Plumbline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Don't forget free second opinions on all major repairs. And this is where you force a company to put up or shut up. I mean, if they say, well, this is not a great deal, then they better beat it. Or they say, it is a good deal, then you can rest assured it is. Because there's nothing to be gained by giving a free second opinion unless they're willing to do better or just to reassure you. So there's no downside. They also are doing a free furnace with the purchase of an AC. You know, that is a great thing to have. And you can evaluate it for yourself. What they do is they will literally throw in the furnace free when you do an AC. So there's no reason to have an older furnace when you get your AC. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com. All right, we're talking about some serious stuff here, and I confused people, and I want to clear this up. Okay? When it comes to salvage value, let me explain this. That car has a current value if it wasn't in an accident. Whatever car, whatever it is. In this case, they said it was worth about $5,000. Now, if it will take $4,800 to repair it, the insurance company is going to say, you know what, we're not going to pay $4,800 to repair this car. We're just going to pay you the $5,000. Or it might be even more. If it's even more to repair it, then they have to give you the market value. But here's how to determine accurate salvage value. If a car is worth $5,000 and it will take more than that to repair it, what is the salvage value? Zero. Zero. You are literally talking about the price of metal. Think about this. You have a $5,000 car, but it will take you more than that to fix it. Therefore, you are literally adding nothing to the equation after you fix it. So this is what you call zero salvage. If someone tells you that, an insurance company, then you tell them, okay, then I'll take the value of the vehicle and I'll take the vehicle too. They should always be agreeable to that. Otherwise, they're lying to you. Now, let's say it's worth $5,000, this old used car you have, and it needs $4,800 in repairs. What would be the salvage value? It's worth $5,000 and it would take $4,800. You would have a salvage value of $200. So when you say to them, okay, I'll take the $5,000 and I want to keep the car, and they come back and say, oh no, if you're going to keep the car, we're only giving you $3,000, they're lying to you. Because the salvage value is only $200. You should only sacrifice $200 for that salvage. So to determine your salvage value, if you want to keep the vehicle, you take the current value of that vehicle and subtract what it will take to repair it. Not to make it better, but to repair it. If you subtract the cost of repairs from the current value, you will get an accurate salvage value. You see, so insurance companies kind of screw up when they try to hike the salvage value. Because in the case of him, let's say, it's $5,000, and they want to keep $1,500 if they want to subtract $1,500 if he keeps the truck. Well, in that case, they're saying the truck is really worth $8,300. That's what they're saying, because you subtract the cost of repairs and come up with what they want to keep. So you can always use math against them. So to determine the salvage, you take the cost, the value of the vehicle, subtract the cost of repairs to get salvage. And that's the only thing they should charge you for keeping that truck or car. 303-713-TALK. But they're liars, they're cheaters. Insurance companies are pure scum. Now, I don't mean the individual people are, but the entire insurance industry is predicated on denying claims, reducing claims, and not paying claims 100%. The entire industry. They are not satisfied to aggregate premiums over a large risk pool and just take their lumps. Pay and collect from those who don't have damage. They're not willing. They are also actively reducing the losses, and on top of that, investing the premium money. So the insurance industry, by its very nature, must reduce claims. And they're not your friend ever. It's just the way it's set up. 303-713-TALK. So, what happens when you go to get a physical that should be covered by your insurance, but your doctor doesn't code it as a physical, and you have to end up paying for it? Joy says she has a comment on this. Go ahead, Joy.
Hi.
Hi.
I had the exact same thing happen to me. I don't believe it's so much the doctor codes that. I'm not sure. I think it might be the billing department.
Of course, yes.
While you're in with the doctor and you get your physical, they'll say, now, do you have any concerns you'd like to discuss with me? And I think I said, yeah, my knee's been hurting or something.
Yeah.
Okay, and they might say, oh, well, that sounds like the start of arthritis, you know. And I'll say, well, okay, I'll think if I want to, take any medication. So they turn it in with the diagnosis of arthritis instead of the physical that you're there for. So I ended up calling the building department and telling them, this is like a catch-22. You asked me if I have any concerns, and because I answer the question, you don't warn me. If I answer, it will no longer be a physical.
So what do they do about it?
They fixed it because I bitched.
Okay, well, you should. And that's what we're going to help this guy do. Thank you for that. That's how it can get miscoded. I understand that. 303-713-8255. So when you go in, you should actually say, I want this coded as a physical because my insurance is paying for it. I did that when I went in recently. I said, look, I get a free physical. That's what this is. It's blood work and all of this. And if I have any other issues, I actually said that. I said, even though I went in, well, no, it was for a physical. It was for a review of blood work. And I said, let's turn this into a physical. 303-713-8255. Now, we have so much more to talk about. And Mark Trenner Law is with us, intellectual property attorney. Mark, is it true if you discuss an idea for an invention or an app or something publicly or with people, and you don't get it protected, it literally cannot be protected?
Yeah, in the U.S. you have 1 year from that public discussion, but
who would actually challenge you? Let's say you've been discussing this among a circle of business associates, and you go in a year and a half to 2 years later, Who would challenge?
Well, number one, you have an obligation to be forthright.
To be honest,
right?
Okay. But
and if you don't, I guarantee if that's worth any money, the first thing they do is start looking into how to tear that patent apart. And if they can find any evidence that you publicly disclosed it more than a year before you filed,
it will screw you.
That's right.
All right, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. K&H Home Solutions is a company for roofing, gutters, siding, windows, and doors, and they have the best siding in the world, and it's one of the greatest companies. You know why? Because they've stood the test of time. 62 years, born and bred in Colorado. The original owner, Henry, passed away. Of course, Ted took it over. I've known both owners, and you will never be disappointed with K&H Home Solutions products. They are superior. All right, and now you have 75% off labor this month. This is a pretty incredible deal. 75% off labor when it comes to window insulation, doors, and siding. How do you beat that? That's K&H Home Solutions. You can make your own appointments at khwindows.com. khwindows.com.
This report is sponsored by. You said they were trying to tear the patent apart, the examiner, or somebody?
No, I mean, if you have an issue patent, and you go to, well, I mean, so if I get an issue patent for my product, and you start infringing it, so I send you a cease and desist, say, hey, I have this patent, you're infringing it. First thing you're going to do is see how can you make that patent invalid. If it's invalid, you're not infringing.
Oh, okay. It wasn't the examiner. It's the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, at the patent office, you have an obligation to be honest with them, and if you disclose something, you have to tell them.
Thank you.
If you don't, it's just fraud on the U.S. government. That's not a big deal, is it? Unless you like jail time.
Nowadays, it just seems like they don't do anything to anybody.
And they're still trying to, you got a patent game, they still come in and try to change the loose small stuff and call this.
Yeah, you can try and change and get rid of somebody's patent.
A chiropractor that loves doing
and that works a lot different. And that works a whole lot different. People change little
yeah. I mean, that's easier than trying to prove that patent's invalid. It's presumed to be valid if it was issued. So, if you don't have any hard evidence, like they disclosed it more than a year before they filed, next thing you try and do is, okay, what exactly is their patent, and I'm going to try and build right next to it over here.
Well, last time here, I was talking about my snow window. Put a window, you put it over the window, and the snow comes down. And the gentleman, I think his name was Mark, he said he found something on patent that's already like that. But I couldn't find anything like that.
So when did you talk about it, though?
About 2 years ago.
You didn't talk about it on air.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to do that, because that's more than 1 year.
Whoa. So go back and do it now, right?
Did you also talk about it recently, within the last couple months on the air? Because I heard that one. That was.
I'm not sure. Could have. But if you back to do it, that means, but you can still do it too, right?
You mean I
no, I'm saying if you back to do it, that means the person who really invented it, he can still do it too.
Oh yeah.
Although he talked about it,
yeah. I mean, it's just considered public anyway.
Okay. That's 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you make it public and don't protect it within a year, then it's considered to be public domain.
How important is mailing something to yourself, certified mail and stuff like that? That's powerful. Certified mail. Mailing to yourself. Are you serious? But it's still, well, the government still on there with no idea now.
Not since they changed that. Back in 96. About 20 years ago.
That was only for copyright, wasn't it?
No, it used to be that you could
put almost anything in there.
It used to be.
Just so it's your idea.
Yeah.
You put the idea first.
Yeah, it used to be. So you could prove
first
inventorship.
Since 2001.
But then they changed it where you could file a provisional patent application, so they made it a lot easier to file a patent application, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, provisional's a really good idea too, because it gives you an idea whether the two provisionals I did, neither are more marketable.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Get it locked down and then spend that year. What I don't like is when people will file provisionals and I'll say now go out and do something with it, and then I follow up with them 10 months later and they say, all right, where are we at? Do we need to move forward with a full utility? And oh yeah, I haven't thought about that.
They're just still going on.
So you just wasted the past 10 months and now you still have no idea what to do. I always like it when they go out and they either successful or it's not, and then they have an answer and they say, no, we tried it, there's no market, don't bother, or yeah, it looks like there's going to be a big market, let's move forward on it.
Do you ever watch that Shark Tank? You like it?
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, everybody that calls me watches it.
Really?
Yeah. You know, Dan, Bill Clinton looks way older than he sounds way older than his age.
Yeah. Well, he's always had kind of a different voice, you know.
Hi, Tom Martino here. The Fed is meeting December 18th and 19th to decide what to do with interest rates. Now, all indications are, last time around they didn't do anything. All indications are they're going to nudge them up a little because of the steaming economy we have. What that means is when they raise the rates a bit, it's designed to slow down the economy and encourage savings. And that's how the Fed tries to regulate the speed of the economy so we don't have runaway inflation. But really what this means, if rates go up, that affects the mortgage market. That means people will pay a little more. But here's the great news with IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000. The bottom line is you have a 2-year guarantee of interest rates, which means you'll get the lowest rate over the next 2 years guaranteed. So if rates go down, even by just 0.75, they will refinance you free of all charges. Any lender fees erased. You just go in, all the escrows are transferred, everything stays the same, and you pay nothing for that refinance. That's 303-867-7000. That's a 2-year guarantee. And once you do it, you get another 2 years. So you're constantly in a guaranteed window. So you can ride that interest rate train all the way down and never worry about it going up. All right, 303-713-8255. Mark Trenner with us from Trenner Law, and we're talking about protection of things, and we will continue that. Right now, I want to talk to Fred. This is a follow-up of sorts. Fred, what's going on?
Yeah, so I called in a couple weeks ago. My car's locked in a mechanic shop, and he disappeared on me.
Okay, did you talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay, and so it was in for repairs. Is that what it was? And you went to pick it up, and it was locked?
Yeah, so I dropped it off. He was going to do a restoration on it.
Oh, okay,
push out the motor. And I gave him all this money up front, and then...
And apparently this guy had a good reputation, right? And he had done quality work. Isn't this the one where... Weren't there other cars in there, too?
Yeah, there's other cars in the shop, too.
Right, and we were trying to figure out, was he out of business? Did he just close for the day? What have you found out?
So I talked to the owner of the building, and he's evicting him. So you can't get a hold of him either.
Have you paid this guy up? Have you paid this guy up front, Fred?
Yeah, I've given him almost $17,000.
How much worth of work is done?
He wouldn't let me go in the shop to look at the car, but
from what you can gather,
from what I gather, nothing's been done. He stripped it all apart, and
so he's in financial trouble. He's being evicted. He's got 17 grand of your money. Is the landlord going to let you take the car?
Yeah, he said I can come by Friday morning, and they're taking all the cars out of the shop to evict him and all the stuff, and he said I can come by then.
Okay, so what is your concern now?
Well, when I talked to you, you said that if I found the car, you would have it towed, and that you've done that before.
No,
you needed an address where it was at.
Okay, hold on. That's right. Hold on.
I hope he doesn't think we're paying for the tow. I mean, we don't offer to pay for tows, but...
Or you get a good tow through Cast Iron.
Cast Iron. Maybe just want to reference. No, I'm gonna talk to him.
I've used cast iron recently for 2 complicated things, and they were great.
Yeah, they were good.
They're really good, aren't they?
They got that construction tractor off the top of a mountain for us.
Thanks. Oh, you. I locked it for you, and you got your key, right? I was gonna run it into you.
Got it. Thank you.
We find the pulse of the market to generate multiple offers, and then we spend our time aggressively and strategically negotiating the best sales price for your property.
Even in a great market, you do need the expertise of a great
Yeah,
broker.
they are
The real
very
issue is
good.
the credibility.
And I think they still have that $75 special.
Get you to the
For,
Frank Duran, the
I
real
think I've
estate
ever taken a lot of
Remax
boxes.
Alliance.
oh, last year, you're right. It's it. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
What are we talking about? You better
Well,
take
it's
a
all
lot.
pieces.
You better take a lot of boxes if it's apart.
I tell you, it's worth less now. The 17 grand? Holy cow. What kind of car was it? I didn't hear.
I don't remember even here. I remember the call, but I don't remember either. So.
What was I thinking of that Jaguar and stuff? She wanted to.
Oh, she thought that she went to a radiator shop and she had. She thought they ruined her car.
Right, it sounded like they took the British service, whatever. They fixed it for $12.50, but for some reason she wanted you to.
I'll talk to her, again. But yeah, they fixed it. She probably never needed the radiator.
Okay, and then that
water pump.
Michelle for that Saturn View there.
Yeah, I've got the thing down
She
there.
needs to take it to someone else. Is what she needs to do. Is get it the hell out of there. They told her it's leaking so bad she can't even drive it.
Well, it was supposed. I got to call AMCO. It was supposed to be that AMCO was having that was the one where I had
Colfax.
Yeah, that guy
Right.
called Nicholas.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was corporate office was sending another transmission to there.
To put it in?
To get it in there. Then, as soon as the transmission was put in, they were moving it to Lakewood AMCO to make sure, check everything and follow up.
Okay.
And make sure everything's okay.
So I'm wondering. So I don't know. I mean, it was like a 3.5 minute message and stuff.
I'll talk to her. I mean, what can we say? A water pump. Right. They didn't damage a water pump, I doubt.
You wouldn't have thought they could. I mean,
Take my transmission.
you just wouldn't have thought it would have been leaking so bad it's undrivable. I mean, usually they just start leaking.
Guess what? My air coupe, they finally stopped the leak, and it was the craziest thing on those little 85 horsepower engines. Well, it's 100 horsepower. It was upgraded, but on the back, on the accessory case, in order to attach the gear, the spindle where the gear goes,
to drive the mags or the
to
start?
drive the oil pump.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
The spindle is swedged into the back of the case, right? So if you look at the back of the case, it looks like this. It looks like this. This is the back of the engine, and the generator is here and all that. But there's a hole, literally a swedge. Now it's supposed to be swedged tight, right? And then the generator goes, or the start.
Well, everything goes back.
What there, and then down here is the oil screen or something. Anyway, a gasket goes like this around it, right?
The whole thing. Okay.
Now, the gasket was always dry, but this little swedge hole, that swedge hole would always leak and it would come out. Always, always, always. So even though I put a new gasket on it, eventually that oil would blow the gasket all the time. So why does that swedge leak, right? They have no reason, because it just does. So I've never heard of swedging. They literally drill a hole in the case. They put a rod through it. You know how those smooth chrome, you know what they look like, those steel rods? Yeah. And then you go in and swedge it in, right? Yeah. You know what swedging, right? It's like riveted almost, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the outside, and on the inside it looks like this. If you looked at the case, it would look like this.
Go to 23andme.com.
And this would be the swedge.
And get 30% off.
And this is hollow. And then the gear on the inside is here. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the only way that he did it, he was reading all the forums. You took it all apart, and he put steel epoxy in that. We had to clean the shell and leave it there. I hope it's last, because epoxy, if you don't get that, I mean, on oil. Yeah. But anyway, he left it there for days. Basically, it's like we should have just welded a dot over it. right? That's what we should have done. Just welded it flat.
Yeah, but in the case, aluminum magnesium or something, and
yeah, would have ruined it, right?
Yeah, you could have melted it. Been hard to. I don't know.
He did epoxy with his finger and just made it flat. I don't know. Do you think it'll work? It's working now. I mean, it's not a lot of pressure. Well, it is. It comes out like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, but still, a neighbor, one of my neighbors had an old 48-amp tractor that they didn't put antifreeze in it. Cracked the block all the way from the head down.
Did he use epoxy on that?
They JB welded that thing 20 years ago. It's still holding.
Now, what did he do? Did he cleaned put an exterior?
Yeah, he took a Dremel tool and cleaned like a little V in there.
Oh, you got to clean the shit out.
JB welded that thing 20, 30 years ago. It's still holding.
He did it, man. I looked at it. It looked like. But what a stupid design. I think they assume that the swedge is solid enough. But if you put this one-piece gasket over it, the solid part in between of that gasket lay flat.
Continental does a bunch of that swedging. Your push rod tubes, you know, that come out of your head, look, they're swedged into the head.
Oh, they leak all the time. Mine don't, but they can, and they swedge into the cylinder head. You know, the little and behind where the spark plugs are, it drips. All Continental does that, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Lycoming leak? How do they do it?
They have rubber seals.
Damn, why is this swedging? This is a bad design.
Continental swedged the crap out of it. Well, I think honestly, when you had radials and you had a barrel under them to catch all the oil.
Oh, people. These 85s, I talked to one guy, he said, what do you care? I've never seen a dry one yet. But it looked bad. I mean, Kurt,
it does.
This was bad. There was a lot. It wasn't just a little. I mean,
yeah. It ends up on the belly. The belly's all dirty.
It just bothered me.
Me too.
I hate wet engines. I hate them. And you know what? I have one of the few turbine engines that are, I mean, completely dry. It's unheard of.
It is because the pressurization of the
turbine itself.
You end up pressurizing the case.
It's a freaking compressor.
Yeah.
It's a compressor. It's
the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to the only show of its kind. I call myself a consumer advocate because I've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars over the years for people in all kinds of ways. I love when I talk to someone and said, oh, by the way, you helped my grandma years ago. You helped my mom. You helped my sister. You helped my cousin. You helped me. I love it. I love it. 40 years. I would like to have a 50-year career in Denver. Now, I'm going on 50 in general, but I would love to make it 50 in Denver. But maybe I'll retire after 50 in broadcasting. Who knows? Here's what we're doing. We're solving problems today. And this hour is brought to you by Denver Egress Window. That solves a problem. You know what window wells are? That's an egress window, really. And now code requires that people be able to escape. So those little tiny ones that you used to have in the old homes, you got to get them made bigger if you want to use that square footage legally. Really. So anyway, Denver Egress will go in and enlarge those. Or, you know what they'll do? They will rebuild the old ones that the builder put in, the regular big ones. Or they'll put one just flat out where there's nothing right now. They can go right through it and put a brand new one in. They do beautiful work. They can even do walkout basements. I know you think this is crazy, but right now, if you have a basement already and no walkout, it's a flat lot, they can terrace down to a patio, put doors on it, and make a walkout basement where there never was a walkout basement. So whether it's an egress window or walkout basement, safety, protection, beauty, value, durability, 720-626-4221. 720-626-4221. Or Denver Egress, E-G-R-E-S-S. DenverEgressWindow.com. Okay, so let's talk Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. He's an intellectual property attorney. We do have some questions for him we'll get to. And then Nathaniel is with us. Nathaniel's called me over the years with many, many, many inventions and ideas. He's just a creative dude. And sometimes we get a laugh because they're funny and that some of them are events he wants to do. He's saying, you know, I'd like to start this Broncos Country presents the World Spectacular. What is it? It's basically a World's Fair of football. Is that what it is to celebrate the NFL?
Yes, it is. Next year, 2019, is the NFL's 100-year anniversary.
And if this can't be done by 2019, the bottom line is you just think there should be a celebration. Would this be a yearly celebration?
Yeah, well, next year.
Well, that's the 100th. I get
right.
that.
No,
but are you proposing a regular one?
Well, the NFL is going to have 100 events all around
the country,
the nation, right?
Yeah.
100 events. So I put together 24 events here in Denver because I want Denver to be the host city, and I'm calling it the NFL 100-Year World's Fair.
Right.
And yes, it can be like all these ideas can be staple where people can come and visit every year. I'm hoping that Denver becomes
like a museum or like a Hall of Fame.
No, something like a Walt Disney World for football.
And what would be
I want Denver to be the most famous city in the world
celebrating football,
concerning football and sports,
like the Orlando of football.
Right, right. Now, when the Broncos won the Super Bowl 50, just before the game, the NFL introduced the Super Bowl MVPs from Super Bowl 1 to 49.
Okay.
And they stood there. It was cool.
Yeah.
But it was historic. And they stood there.
And you love football. You just do.
I
can tell.
It's the biggest sport in America.
Right. Well, I think NASCAR is technically.
No.
It doesn't matter. Who cares? I thought by spectators.
The Super Bowl, man.
Okay.
The Super Bowl.
Listen, man. Here's the deal. You're saying an event, and here's what I want to ask, because this, okay, Mark Trenner, can you protect an event, an idea for an event?
So not the broad concept of having a 100-year celebration.
Not that, but what if he wanted a yearly event, or he wanted...
Well, like some of the materials he put together in the book here, I mean, that's all his copyright. He has a copyright in that already. He doesn't have to do anything.
But like what? Like if he wanted to have like a giant museum celebrating football.
Yeah, I mean, the idea you can't protect. But if he has specific ideas for that museum...
If people built a museum at the NFL here in Denver, first of all, they have to be licensed to do it by the NFL, right? You can't just do it.
That's right.
And then whatever that licensing arrangement is, but then someone can't just duplicate it somewhere else, can they?
What do you mean duplicate it?
I want to duplicate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What would prevent me from doing it if I wanted to do it?
I mean, you can
call it the Rock and Roll Hall.
Well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is probably a trademark, so you can't use that. But so you can do the pop music
or the
Hall
rock,
of Fame.
Rock Hall of Fame.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is really something that doesn't really need intellectual property as much as it needs license
agreement from the NFL. Yeah.
To use their names and the teams and the logos and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who have you pitched this to?
Well, right now I'm just this right here is the biggest show I'm on right now.
Yeah.
And Thomas, thank you. I really appreciate it, man.
But I'm not promising any results. But I'm just saying. Let me put it to you this way, and not to offend you. You know, we always have spirited discussions.
Okay.
This is an idea. What you're saying is we should have a big celebration in Denver, and I've outlined some unique celebrations. Give me something that's unique.
Can you imagine the top 50 best quarterbacks of all time?
Yeah.
Including John Elway, Peyton Manning. If you look on page...
Tell me what. Just tell me. We don't want to read it. Just tell me.
Okay.
It's fine.
The top 50 quarterbacks of all times...
Yeah.
Still wearing their jerseys...
Doing what?
Is going to pass the ball off in rapid fire 50 passes to the top 50 receivers of all times. These 50 receivers is going to take the ball and place it on 50 drones, helicopter drones.
Yeah.
Then the top 50 quarterbacks of all times is going to side lateral toss the football to the top 50 running backs of all time.
Okay, and then what do the drones do with the ball?
Wait now, and then they're going to
put it on drones.
That's 100 drones.
100 drones with 100 football.
For 100 years anniversary
and then what?
Football. The best drone operators is going to fly these drones. They're going to raise them up above Denver. They're going to form a giant football. And they're going to fly them, if possible, around the whole world. If not the globe, around the country. It's not the country around Colorado. The main thing is to get that optic, that sight.
And then will they eventually let them go for people to collect?
No,
Okay.
It's not like that. But
I understand.
But we're going to film it. We're going to make a documentary film out of it. And it is
a major event.
And a celebration for the football 100 years anniversary. Now, if that was one of the biggest events the NFL have ever done when they introduced the MVPs.
Yeah.
This is taking a whole level higher.
All right. Now,
and I want it done here in Colorado,
I understand
in Denver.
I'm talking practically now because you don't know. You represent so many people who call me with ideas. And Mark, I really want this as a serious discussion, not about his drone thing, but let's take that as an example. He's saying I want the top 50 quarterbacks to toss the ball to 50 receivers, the top 50, and then side pass to the running backs, and then they all put them on drones, and these drones fly around in a spectacular view, and it's a big major event that's recorded for posterity. I get it all. What I'm asking you is, that is an idea.
That's an idea.
That can't be
now the actual production's copyrightable, and
but what I'm saying is the reality. The reality is, are those protected? I mean, he has an idea. What if somebody tomorrow goes out and does it?
Yeah, they can do that. That's just an idea.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean.
So in other words, how does he make money? Because he thought of an idea. That's what I get at. People call me all the time with ideas, and I say, okay, and that might sound far-fetched, but it may not. Let's just say somebody has an idea for a carnival, or somebody has an idea for something else. Okay, how do they make money on it if it's just an idea?
Yeah.
Somehow people think, if they think of an idea.
Not an idea for an event.
Right.
Unless you actually produce it. Now, when you produce it, like the NFL produces football games, that's copyrightable. That's worth a lot of money.
Right.
Then they trademark the logos.
But he would have to go out, secure rights from the NFL, and get investors, and then do a production in order for it to be protected.
The production is what you get protected.
Now, here's what's really a slap in the face. If somebody like Reggie had an idea that somebody would like, maybe not this, but something else, and they really liked it. He had an idea for a sports bar where the grass, the floor would be actual turf from famous games or whatever, and then all a football-themed bar. If he went to investors and could get no one interested.
Yeah, just the idea.
And then somebody took that idea and ran with it. Could he say, wait a minute, that was my idea?
No, not for the idea. But if you actually make that restaurant, and
what if he made diagrams of it?
I think you're still going to have to actually have it and be marketing it.
This is the problem I've had, and I love Reggie. I really do like Reggie.
Right.
I've had some of his ideas. I think are so out of the. I'm sorry, Nathaniel. I'm sorry, man. But here's the deal. You remind me of a dear friend of mine years ago. You know who it was? Reggie McDaniel. You remind me of him years ago. A great guy. But you okay? So here's the deal. If Nathaniel comes up with a great idea, some are crazy, but if he comes up with one, I keep telling him, it's just an idea. Unless you can actually be the fuel behind it.
Put it together, right?
And there are some people that are mean enough in industry that would say, you know, Reggie, thanks, bye, and then do it.
Right.
Or there's no reason to have someone unless something. I always wonder, why are some people included in projects and other people are not? And that's the thing. Anyway, I just wanted to give that as an example because I get calls all the time, and he has products too, but let's talk about ideas.
Yeah, products are different.
Yeah, but let's talk about ideas. One guy said, I bring this up time and time again, I have an idea for an airplane seat that is mechanically triggered to cocoon people and possibly even tranquilize them so they're not in fear. It maybe put them to sleep. But it cocoons them right prior to a crash. When a crash is inevitable, it cocoons the seat. And the bottom comes up. Let's just say room was not an issue. And none of that. Weight. Because I think the technology, honest to God, exists. Where you could have seats cocoon themselves. And then during a crash, they would recover the cocoons, open them up, and revive the people. Wow. It sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? Except it's worth nothing.
Well, you can get a patent for that as long as you can describe to somebody on an engineering level how to actually make it.
And it can actually be done.
That's right.
You can't do something that can't be done.
That's
like when my son says, Dad, get an infinite power source that you wear on your chest like Iron Man. Well, there isn't one. So don't tell me you have an idea. You know,
you don't have to do it, but you have to explain how somebody would do it.
But saying get an infinite power source, no. Or say just get a seat that cocoons itself. This guy was convinced that he was going to get rich on the, and I said, it's an idea. I can say I want an idea for an airplane that doesn't crash.
I want to cure cancer too.
Yeah. So the point is, ideas mean nothing without execution or some kind of demonstration that can be executable.
Or an explanation.
Yes.
That's executable.
Yeah.
You don't have to demo it yourself.
There was once a guy who came up with a parachute idea for an airplane. Okay, he never did anything with it. Guess what? He never designed it. He never drew it. Cirrus Aircraft did it. They did it. They designed the ballistic chute system. Guess what? Other airplanes did it, and they copied it, and there was no intellectual property. It was just a concept, and each one designed it in their own way. The original guy who thought of it, this test pilot, thought, wouldn't it be cool if the entire plane had it? He gets nothing.
Right.
And he could never understand, why do I give birth to an industry and get zero?
Right.
It's possible, isn't it?
Oh, it happens all the time.
I know a guy who developed the concept of texting over a phone and the technology. He never did anything with it. And what was it? BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
They're the first ones to do it. And of course, they protected it and they got paid years later.
Right.
But the idea of texting, not voice, the idea he had, and he had some of the technology, but got zero for it. Why is that?
Well, he didn't describe it in enough detail to get a patent for it.
That's right. We have more coming up. But that happens all the time to meeting people. I don't know where the hell my...
And people are still, I heard that Thomas Edison stole a lot of his ideas. A lot of them stolen. That's what I heard.
He got a lot of patents too.
But I heard a lot of his ideas were stolen though. Thomas Edison.
You know, I mean, I have non-disclosure agreements because I was building prototypes for people. If they don't do that, they're idiots.
Yeah.
You know, if they don't do what?
Well, you need to follow up. You either need to follow up yourself, or you need to go to somebody who can follow up on it. Because if it's just an idea,
it needs to be a prototype.
Yeah.
If you got a prototype,
at least draw it. At least draw it out.
Yeah, but if you can touch it, just watch it.
Yeah, and then you got to take it beyond the prototype. You really got to get into the marketplace.
Yeah, and that's exactly where that's
a lot of people. I mean, that's what that Shark Tank show is.
That's what
they'll always say, do you have a patent for it, and what are the sales? They want to know, is this worth investing in? What's your sales? Because if they can look at it and say, okay, you've been selling this in the Denver market, and it's worth $100 grand a year. If we blow this up nationwide, it's worth $100 million. That's worth investing.
The magic lights.
And they want a piece of action, big time.
But they want you to show that, hey, I've at least shown it works in Denver. It's likely that it would work anywhere.
We got hung up on the kickstand in the usual area. Dirt bikes don't have a kickstand, true dirt bikes, but they have a hollow axle. And we had a thing that would actually work off the hollow axle.
And then the adjustments are only $50. And
nobody would touch it without us having product liability. Product liability. 720. If you don't have product liability insurance or something like that, because they're worried about, of course, dirt bikes fall over, it's not a big deal, but they're worried about other stuff.
See, Reggie, you're hoping, I'm sorry, you're hoping that somebody hears you and says, yeah, let's work together on this, and then funds it all and does it all.
Well, what I want to do is, all I need is John Elway or Peyton Manning or Tyrone Davis or Floyd Little to hear this.
But here's the deal.
I want them to see my video. My YouTube video is powerful, and I want to give them a phone number to the Broncos to call John Elway. If John Elway see it, don't like it, game set match.
Well, that's not necessarily so. To coordinate, you got to get the NFL behind it.
But I'm saying, if John Elway behind it, I'm sure he can get to the NFL way far better than the guy can.
But there are established
promoters that have done halftime shows, Super Bowls, concerts. They just did Garth Brooks at Notre Dame. These are promoters that come up with this and have the machinery. Why, and I don't mean to insult, you know that. Why would John Elway work with a guy that has zero experience doing this and just an idea when it would take so much effort, when all he has to do, I mean, all Denver would have to do is get a professional promoter, or at the NFL say, we want Denver to have this. You know, it's weird, but it's almost like it's almost like you get involved in things that are already so well established and greased that there's no place for amateurs. Is there another way of putting that? I'm not trying to be insulting. You know what I'm saying. It's like me. If I tried to do it, it's no different.
Should Nathaniel go to work for a promoter to learn, get a job as a promoter to learn?
That's who we should go to, a promoter, not. You know, promoters do this. Do you know promoter in Denver? And well, yeah, what's the big one? You know, what's his name? The one that used to work with iHeart. I'll get. But promoters are actually, for live events, they are executive producers for live events, as opposed to an executive producer for a movie. An executive producer for a movie or for a live event, they get all the players together. They fund the feasibility studies. They do the ideas. Then they go out and get people to be involved in the project. They talk to people's agents. They talk to other people. They get the rights, and then they coordinate the whole thing. Your ideas outpace your abilities. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not that what you're saying is so unheard of. I mean, look at what they did with the Olympics with drones. I know what you're talking about. This stuff can be done. It's a great idea.
I'm Tom Martino, and if you join us off during commercials online, you'll hear spirited discussions on intellectual property. We have Mark Trenner with us from Trenner Law. Icon Eye Care is a place to go to get beautiful, perfect eyesight, or just to really any eye problem. I hope you don't have eye health problems, macular degeneration, glaucoma, they can handle. Of course, it's there to get beautiful vision as well, and that's what they do mostly. LASIK mostly. They do it so inexpensively compared to anyone else. They can't be undersold on that. And they were the first original low-price LASIK. And people say, oh, they're not going to be around long, but they grew and grew and grew. And now what I love is their cataract surgery is second to none. And Icon also will do clear lens exchanges for people if you want them. That means you get brand new lenses that see perfectly without cataracts. That's what I did. I didn't have cataracts. I said, you know what? I don't want glasses anymore. I don't ever want to get cataracts. And I don't want readers. I want my eyes to be able to focus like a 20-year-old. And so I got brand new lenses. That's a clear lens exchange. And they see near, they see far, they focus. And I have 20/15 vision. IconEyecare.com for any and all eye treatments. IconEyecare.com. So let's keep going. 303-713-TALK. I will get to all of your calls, I promise you. Okay, you just be patient here. We have Kevin. Kevin, what's going on with you, Kevin? Welcome.
Hey.
What's happening, sir?
Hey, you were born and bred in Jersey?
No, New York.
Oh, you ruined my equation here.
Why?
Because I thought, you know, New York City ought to be ashamed of themselves. What goes on in New Jersey?
Why? What do you mean about what?
In terms of scam?
Well, scams, but listen, scams, you know, it's not unique to New Jersey nor New York. Miami and L.A. and Vegas, they have their shares of scams.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, in general, I can give you areas of the country and what they're known for. In Florida, you have mainly moving scams, and you have a lot of internet scams out of South Florida. The Northeast is more economic scams, and you have L.A. is a combination of things, but a lot of the Nigerian crazy stuff originates maybe from Nigeria, but it goes through California. You have the certified checks or the cashier's checks frauds in there, and then Vegas has all kinds of prizes and games and contests that are scams. But you know, really, all over the country there are scams.
But wouldn't you say New York City is the scam capital of the world?
No, I really wouldn't, actually. Not for the amount of people. I mean, when you consider, I think Miami, probably. I would say Miami, South Florida, Miami area.
Overseas, London?
Well, overseas, Nigeria. I mean, what I would say. What else? Overseas, you see a lot of scams out of India.
Right.
And you see scams out of Jamaica.
Anything about Melbourne, Sydney, Australia?
Nothing. I mean, not that I know. I mean, there might be, but we've not tracked many scams to Australia. Why?
Just curious.
Do you have a particular scam you're calling about, or you're just interested in the topic?
No, topic.
Yeah. Have you ever been scammed, Kevin?
Oh yeah.
What's the most you've been taken for?
Oh boy, about 3,500.
Really? You know, was that the one where there was money was going to be transferred to your account?
Yep.
Yep. That one is very, very popular. I got scammed only one time in my life, really scammed. No, well, twice. I mean, putting money down for something and not getting. I put $3,000 down on an interior a guy was supposed to redo for me, and he went out. He didn't go out of business. He just didn't do it, and then went bankrupt. And then I had another one where I worked with a guy at Fox, at Fox 31. He was the assignment editor, and he said he was opening up a donut franchise, or his cousin, and they were raising money. And he got me. You know what? This guy was good. This guy, he really was. He got me for $50,000. But here's what I was astounded by: that none of it was true. I mean, the $50,000 literally went to the mountains. He went up and gambled it away. He had a gambling addiction. He was busted, and I helped get him indicted. He was indicted for fraud and ordered to pay. I think 9 people back. I still, after 10 years, get a check every now and then for like $15 or $25. So it's just, you know what? It's a terrible thing. It is. 303-713-8255. Now, I'm so sorry Fred's been waiting. We're trying to figure this out. Fred, I don't know what you're referring to, but I do remember the call. You said your car was locked up, and I said we could get it towed through Cast Iron Recovery. Now, I hope I didn't give you the impression that we offer free towing, because we don't. And if that's the impression you got, we went back and listened, and nowhere did we say we would offer to tow you. So I'm sorry if you got that impression. Cast Iron,
I was looking for
they have
the name.
Cast Iron has a very reasonable rate for our listeners, especially if they've been victimized. And we were trying to find, actually, we were trying to find you something free if we could, and we just couldn't. You are a victim. Do you have now, here's what we need to know. Is your vehicle towable, or does it need to be put back together?
From what I could see from the door, it looked like it had the wheels on it, but like no fenders, no hood, no engine. Like all of that's missing.
Where is all that going to be? Do you know?
I'm hoping it's in the shop.
Because you will need to you would need to gather all of that. I don't think Cast Iron's going to go around and gather all that for you and put it in boxes. You have to organize that somehow and get it all in a transportable condition. How much is this project worth? What is it?
It's a 79 Trans Am.
79 Trans Am. And what were you hoping? What was it worth when you brought it in?
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what the value was, because they range so far.
I understand, but was it running?
Yeah, it was a running, driving car when I dropped it off.
Okay, in what condition?
I mean, the paint was kind of faded a little bit, and it had a big scratch across the hood. But
what about miles?
It had 80,000 miles.
Gosh, certainly worth restoring, but you may not have much there. How much did you pay for it?
I paid just over $6,000 for it.
Plus another 17 you gave to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my goodness, is that all you have invested? I mean, that's a lot. So you have 23 invested?
No, I've got, I've put a bunch of money into it when I first got it because it was sitting. It was a lady in Wyoming.
So what would you say your total investment is?
I've probably got maybe another $5,000 into it just in parts.
So 28, maybe 30 altogether, basically. So this sucks, man. We can get cast iron, but I said don't make him come down there unless you have all your stuff together. He's not going to go. He's not a moving company. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I got it's a Ranchero. It's the car truck, like a El Camino.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple other trucks that we're going to come and, if there's other
do you have a
stuff
hoist
there,
to pick up the engine?
I don't.
Well, you need
I have one, but it's not.
But you
I
need.
could probably get one.
You really need to be prepared. Will this guy let you go in and browse?
No, he let me look, and he wouldn't let me go in there until Friday. So.
And then when you go in there, you only get one chance. You can't go in there and assess it and then go back.
Exactly.
Why?
He's going to have the sheriffs out there from 10 to noon.
Oh, this is where they move the stuff out. I get it. But here's the point, though.
It's not my problem.
I understand that. So let them do it then. If they move it outside, have the truck there.
Yeah, and that's what the plan was. I told him I would help him move all the stuff out of the garage. Be labor for him if he'd let me.
It sounds like he's pissed off. What's the guy's name that you gave the money to?
His name is Chris Black.
Chris, how'd you find Chris Black?
It was actually a referral, and I found him on Facebook.
And what's the name of his place?
Dark Star Custom.
Dark Star. So, is he still around anywhere?
Nobody can get a hold of him, not even his landlord. So,
is he still on Facebook?
No, he shut his Facebook off, the business page. He shut his personal page off.
Does he still have Dark Star Custom? Is Dark Star Custom still on Facebook?
No, he disconnected that one 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
All right, I don't know what to do, man. I mean, Cast Iron Recovery is the name of the guy, but again, it's going to cost you not as much as normal, but he's not going to move a bunch of stuff. Now, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm sorry Linda waited so long. We'll take her in a minute here. She says a trash company, basically, she pays ahead, and they canceled, and they owe her money. Let's talk about Buy and Build. Buy and Build is a place for bargains. If you just had to sum it up, here's what it is. A big, giant warehouse at 4800 Washington Street. Plenty of parking, and it's easy to get to. 4800 Washington Street. You will find this big warehouse filled with deals. Way cheaper than wholesale, way cheaper than big boxes. Whether you're a contractor or a consumer, you will not find plumbing fixtures cheaper, electrical fixtures cheaper, beautiful cabinets, either builder grade or all the way up to shaker line premium cabinets. You won't find hardwoods cheaper, granite slabs cheaper. This is the place to go for either do-it-yourself projects or send your handyman or send your contractor. You can't do better. You can't when it comes to pricing and all of that stuff. You just got to browse. There's too many items to really go over. 4800 Washington Street. Buyandbuild.net.
You think you can connect me to a producer in Denver?
A promoter?
Yeah, promoter.
A promoter? I got to look at which ones are legit. And beware of that, too, because if somebody thinks, oh, man, this guy's, he's got a lot of ideas. Yeah, Nathaniel, give me some money and I'll look into it. Be careful.
Nathaniel, throughout the years, when I was trying to learn something, because even when I was 15, I wanted to do motorcycle shop. I volunteered to work for him for free to learn. I was 15. I could get a motorcycle license back then. It didn't really work at 15. But they traded me in parts. And, I said, I'll sweep the floors, whatever. Next thing you know, they trained me how to be a motorcycle mechanic for free. And I've done that a number of times. Any place you can get in, they'll put your foot in the door. Because, you know, what do people pay for education? They pay a lot. And education to learn how to be a promoter, that's really what you do.
Well, that's where you can have the most value, giving them ideas. I mean, if you're working for a promoter and you say, hey, I have this idea, and they say, yeah, that would work, but instead of this, why don't we try this? And then you get to work it out, and then you come up with an amount.
Yeah, because, I mean, this is just my personal thing that I've done. I've done this at least 3 times.
This is all copyright, though. Huh? This is all copyright, so you should at least put your copyright notice on there.
Well, that's copyright, though.
Yeah, everything that you did, I mean, you put all this together, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's all copyright. So you should put a copyright notice on there. You just say copyright, and then your name, and then the year that you did it.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping, what time we at?
What time is it?
Well,
right behind you. 11:39.
Okay. I hope you let me, at least direct people to my YouTube video.
To review your
Tom to say that.
Yeah, YouTube video. And you let me give out.
You know, right now we are on the podcast. Tom's not here. If you want to, because that goes up.
What is a YouTube video?
You've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy.
Denver,
I want to see it. What is it?
Denver, most famous city, football world fair.
Recognized for their work
Football World Fair.
Denver, most famous city, football world fair. And I want to give Broncos country the phone numbers to the Broncos headquarters, so they can call them.
So you put Football World Fair, you go to it, right there. That's all you got to put.
Really?
Yeah, you don't have to do all of that. You get to it usually.
Football world fair.
The very first one is you put Football World Fair as the very first one.
Really? Okay.
Before you have surgery,
So what we're doing right now is going out over the podcast.
Yeah,
Well, we're talking.
Yeah, our discussion right now is going out over the podcast.
What's the podcast?
It's up here.
Which are the two of them? You go to Facebook or Facebook referral list, or you go to YouTube. And YouTube is
all those.
It's live on the internet.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, you're live on the internet.
Really? I'm just hoping that I can get Broncos country, call Broncos headquarters, let down their way to look at the first 6 minutes of the video. That's what I'm hoping.
How much?
Huh?
How much of it?
The first 6 minutes.
Oh, 6. Yeah.
First 6 minutes. That would be concerning down that way.
Yeah, you can keep anybody's attention for 6. I just said 60.
No.
Yeah, you can keep. Yeah.
If I can down there way, pay. He got connections. He can get paid Manny Travel Davis. In the game set next. Then I want Denver to get a Denver.
You're up against time too because celebrations and events take about a year or 2 to plan.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Get 50 quarterbacks.
no, 2 years at least to plan something.
Then I want Denver to get a tent dome put over their stadium. We can have a Super Bowl there.
Homeloans.com.
Yeah, for Northern
A temporary dome for the Super Bowl. Check it out. The biggest tent ever can hold 10 football fields. Denver has made a world-class airport out of tents, a tent dome, retractable.
But the Super Bowls are already
retractable.
No, they're already dedicated years ahead of time.
Yeah, but 4 years ahead. That's all.
So what year would this be?
The very next one that it is open, that is available.
Well, when's the 100-year anniversary?
That's tomorrow. We will get Super Bowl in, but we get Super Bowl after that. Perhaps 2025. Still we get it though. We still get it.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let's talk about your life and what we can do to help you. Artofgranite.net will get you. Art of Granite. What am I hearing? I'm hearing my stupid computer. I don't know why it's going crazy. Let me just stop this. Okay. And, jeez. Anyway, let's talk about what's near and dear to your heart and pocketbook. And 303-713-TALK is the number, 303-713-8255. Art of Granite can do beautiful kitchens, countertops, or countertops and cabinets, your choice. But here's the bottom line. You will pay wholesale for materials, and he's only charging for fabrication and installation. That's artofgranite.net. Artofgranite.net, Mitch Floria. And he tears out and hauls away free. He also will do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. He will also give you a price on the phone because he's not, playing around with his pricing. He knows what it's going to cost to fabricate and install. So since he only charges wholesale for materials, if you pick the right material, you'll get the right price. 303-386-5919. 386-5919. Let's talk about this canceled trash. We have a couple lines open, 303-713-TALK. Our goal here is to solve problems. And, of course, if you have questions for Mark Trenner Law, Intellectual Property, let us know. Linda, this seems like it shouldn't be major brain damage. Your trash service, do you pay in advance?
Well, it's kind of a long involved thing where...
Well, it can't be that long and involved. You have a trash service, right?
And then I do have a lot of vacation holds that I put on.
How does it... I just need to know how it normally works. You pay in advance or do you pay in the past?
All right. So because of those...
Linda, how does it... how does it normally work?
It's supposed to be that I get a bill and then that bill goes for the next 4 months.
Okay. Now go ahead with your problem.
Okay. Anyway, I discontinued the service with Pro Disposal a few weeks ago.
Now, did you do it in the middle of your quarterly service or at the end when you were supposed to pay for the next 4 months? How did you do it?
It was at the end, but I hadn't used all my money at that point.
Okay. Oh, I understand. Yeah. So you pay quarterly for 4 months at a time.
Correct.
And excuse me, that's not quarterly. I'm an idiot. It's 3 times a year.
Right.
So you paid for one segment of the year, and you canceled before the end, and you have some credit.
Right, and we agreed that they would refund my balance of $40.
How much do you pay every 3 months?
Every 4 months.
What do you pay every 4 months?
Well, the next bill would have been like $90.42.
Oh, is it normally $90 basically?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, so basically 90 so you pay divided by 4. You pay $22.50 a month roughly.
Well, if I had pickup every week, but I usually get pickup only once a month. And that's where a lot of the...
So wait a minute. So your price depends on the number of pickups. You don't pay the same price every month.
Exactly.
So one 4-month period you pay one price, and another 4-month period you pay another price.
Yes.
Who determines that?
They do.
Wait a minute. I've never heard of such a thing. So basically you pay up front an amount that they think they're going to pick up.
Right, if I stopped having any holds or anything.
I'm not talking about your holds. I'm talking about normal service. They don't have normal pickup and delivery. You just pay, and they come and get you when they can.
No, they pick up on Mondays.
Okay, so you do have regular pickups once a week.
Yeah, it's regular, but you can put on hold.
I understand, yeah.
Okay.
But normal customers would get picked up once a week.
Correct.
And if you want, you can put one on hold, and that's for vacation and stuff, right?
Well, they were the ones, since they don't have a senior discount, back in 2013, they told me that if I want to, because I'm
okay.
also, and I...
Linda, this is way too much brain damage for $40. Let me just get to this.
They agreed that I could do vacation holds, but it would be my responsibility.
Now, why would you do vacation holds if you were not going on vacation? To reduce your bill?
Yes.
Okay, so what would you do? Every now and then you would just hold a couple weeks?
Yes, I would hold. I would hold it to the point where I was only getting one pickup a month because I didn't even.
And they let you do that. They would apply the credit and let you do that.
Right, and I had told them that, and they were the ones that came up with that idea.
Well, that's a good idea. Since they didn't have a senior discount,
Yep.
They simply let you pick up basically when you wanted it.
Right, and
okay.
I would then put the balance back up as if maybe I wasn't going to do it for the next 4 months.
I understand.
So they're holding my money.
Now, did you cancel or did you go on another vacation hold?
Well, I was on vacation hold because the bill that came in was way too high. They tend to either go very high or very low on what
you can't blame it, Linda. You have a very confusing account.
I understand that.
All right, so what I want to know is you said you canceled now. The most recent activity, you want $40 back. Are you ever going to do business with them again?
No.
Okay, so you have a new company?
I'm in the process of getting a new company.
Okay.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, it's very difficult to get companies that will let you just start and stop anytime you want.
I know, but some companies will at least do senior discounts, and I've been finding out from neighbors.
Okay. How old are you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm in my 70s.
Okay, and when you canceled, you had a credit of $40.60.
Correct, and I was on the phone with the manager at that time, she's very hard to get a hold of. Her name is Teresa.
Yeah.
Anyway, she agreed with me that I was due back the balance of $40.60.
And what's the problem? Why aren't you getting it? Why aren't you getting it?
Well, she said she was going to mail the check out on Friday, November 6th.
Clint, could you call for this poor woman? Linda, you waited so long. I know this means a lot to you. I understand this completely. I assume, Linda, you're living alone. Excuse me, Linda, I assume you're living alone and you're a senior, and this means a lot, this $40.
Thank you.
Right, okay. So we will call for you right now. Clint's going to be talking to you. Daphne, I know I heard you talking about something like this off the air. Was this it? Was this the bottom line before we came upstairs to do the show?
Yes, that's the situation.
Right. So 303-713-TALK. So hang on, and we're going to get a call, and we'll come back with the results, okay?
Report is sponsored by
that is pretty complicated. How they?
Jesus, I would hate to have her.
So she probably has 10 trash cans.
I would hate to have her as a customer.
She fills them all up, so she doesn't have to do it for that month, and then she'll take them out there.
Backing up all the way to 6th Avenue at this time. For now, again, that's North Avenue.
Wouldn't you hate to have
that? Oh, geez.
The left lane is blocked. Rest of the drive across town, though.
Yes, I would. Well, that's what she does. She's just saving up her trash, and when she gets more trash cans full, she says, "Okay, I'm on vacation." She'll bring them over there someplace that she can just go and.
Now, how about paying? Starbucks.
No, I mean like another.
Starbucks is actually paying for trash.
No, like there's places you can take your hazardous waste and stuff.
Well, at maybe certain times they'll do that.
Is there a place that'll just take household trash though? I know you have to pay, but maybe because she has to pay anyway, maybe it's easier just to go pay.
Well, like I say, she's 70 years old. She's not going to load trash up somewhere.
Sounds like she has like one black garbage bag on.
I feel bad.
You think is that what she said?
I mean, if she's holding it for a month, I'm thinking it's not much.
It's amazing how some people can.
She ought to just talk to her neighbor and say,
use that.
I only have a bag a month. Can I put it out with you? I'll give you $5 a month toward your I'm just thinking, I know, they bring those big, huge dumpsters.
Oh, that's what they gave us.
Sometimes even with a family of 5, it's only like 3/4.
I only put mine out like once every 3 weeks.
So I can imagine one 70-year-old probably doesn't even want them.
You never know. Maybe she's a 7-year-old guy.
Hey, Tom, any news on IFR?
Yeah.
Oh, you're through.
It didn't update yet.
Oh, okay. Well, just let me know. He's on hold.
Who is on hold?
Oh, no. I mean, he's just waiting to get the thumbs up again.
What is the trash? And there's 2 people with a kid. So you can enjoy it. But they do a lot of ordering stuff.
Yeah. Without worrying about what's ahead.
I know the
more by scheduling a complimentary review.
Mention my name, Dan Kaplan.
You burn wood up there in Evergreen?
No.
576844.
You'll like it? Oh, you can't?
No, any new house after 1980 had to be gas fireplace.
I didn't know that. In Evergreen.
Everywhere, the whole Denver metro area. You can't
Yeah,
put
but
in
Evergreen's not
a
considered Denver Metro.
I mean, if you have an old house with a, yeah, pretty much.
I'm in Blackhawk and almost everybody has woodburn.
Yeah, but I think they were probably built like pre-80s.
Oh, no.
Really? New
Mine was
houses?
2002.
New houses?
But you know, Blackhawk, that's Gilpin County. It's a pretty small county.
Yeah.
Small business advisors give you tech advice and one-on-one partnership.
Now, you might have to have a newer fireplace.
You know, those guys until the end of the year. Maximize this year's budget and find the right tech solution for your business. Plus, get free shipping on everything. Visit Dell.com/business deals or call 877-BUY-DELL to talk to
I didn't know
a
that was ever
business advisor today. That's
Denver actually owns a lot of land around everything.
Did you get the total weight of those three? Rates are going up. How do you protect? I really need that.
Denver really
When we don't expect a repeat, there may be challenges.
And that's why they say,
Does your current mortgage make you pay that for you if you can't? Do they allow you to access your equity for that unexpected emergency?
That's what, Greenwood Village. That's why Greenwood Village started. Because Denver was coming through and grabbing everything, spider and grabbing all the businesses and stuff. And then Greenwood Village started doing that. That's why Centennial. Because they were doing all that.
Back to the bank in excessive interest. Take AIM, affordable interest mortgage. 720-895-0500.
I imagine back home and stuff, they did
Pay
huge
simple interest and save thousands while paying
You
principal
get up there in the
Everything I
foothills and you
mentioned
think
can be
you're
done
far
with
away
one
from
loan.
Denver and
With
all
home
the
values
cities
going up,
Denver.
now is the time to become mortgage safe. Protect your home and your family.
I think City of Denver even owns
Owned and
like the
operated
base
broker
of
since
now.
2001.
Really?
Affordable interest mortgage.
So they got, they just can't go and grab right there. They got to spider it all the way along. So they got to own.
Well, no, I think they go and they just grab parts.
Can they?
Oh, I don't
Because
think they are
cities
now.
can't.
I don't
They got
think they are now.
Okay, because and maybe that is back then, so they do. But now they got a spider, and then they got to take, like say they want to go after a business. They got to go down on that road and on one side, take all the houses along that side.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. We're making calls behind the scenes on all of these miscellaneous ones. Hey, here's a call that you may want to make. The Raleigh House, and the Raleigh House is treatment addiction for substance. My audience, really, we have an intelligent audience. We have a lot of people touched by addiction. And here's what I'm telling you. This number is to call, not if you have an addiction and you want to get immediate help, although you can. It's not an emergency line, but this is mainly for people who have addicts in their lives and would like to know about treatment. And then they will tell you how to approach the addict in your life to talk to them. This is what it's about. You can ask millions of questions, and it's confidential and free. 720-893-5559. Listen, there are so many different questions you may have on substances and how you know and what are the signs and what you say, what you don't say, and what the treatment's about and where is treatment and what about insurance. 720-893-5559. All right, let's go to the phones. We have a question for Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. He is on a referral list, and he is an intellectual property attorney. Mel, go ahead, sir.
Well, I do have a question. So,
yes, sir.
Let's say you have a great idea for an app, but that's all you have. You don't have, anything else besides that. Where does somebody like that start?
That is, it's similar, even though it's an event and other ideas. That's similar to Nathaniel, our common man today. And what do you do when you just have an idea? In this case, an app. What do you do?
Yeah, so what you need to do first is outline it to where you could take it to a developer. You don't need to be the developer. You don't have to know how to write software code, but you'd need to be able to at least go to a developer and whiteboard it with them, flowchart, and say, all right, the user comes in, they see this screen, they have two choices. This happens, then this processing happens, this algorithm gets applied. If you can at least describe all the details, and that's really that flow charting process. In computer speak is going to be the algorithm. If you can describe that to a coder so they can sit down and say, okay, I understand what you're doing in plain English, I'm going to put it in the language that the computer reads. At that point, then you've got an algorithm suitable to move forward with the patent process.
All right, so you're saying no matter what it is, you have to be able to explain it in a in a process. You don't even have to have the know-how, but you have to be able to explain it. And what would prevent the guy you're explaining it to, who starts designing this, and you get really close, if he says, well, really, I'm the one who's been doing this?
Well, so you want to make sure that you NDA at the least,
disclosure,
but really file a provisional first.
A work for hire agreement.
That's right. Yeah.
So listen, we're going to go over that, Mel. Don't hang up. And Peter, COBRA is very important, especially this time in history. Okay, Linda, we're trying to get your refund from the trash company. We also have more from Nathaniel and his ideas, and he represents the common man when it comes to inventions. If you're thinking about solar power, think Canon Solar.
You can get a free evaluation of your to see what it will generate over the next 20 years. Just going to a website and filling out not only that, they will guarantee that analysis along with a 20-year parts and labor guarantee if you decide to go.
I want 100 white stallions to be released on top of our iconic Rocky Mountains.
Do you draw this yourself?
No, I go to Google and get pictures and put them together because okay. But I'm not. These are not being sold. But,
you want to be careful. You don't want to post them on the web or something, because then you get nasty letters from their attorney. So you can buy images from the Bronco. Just make sure you pay. That's not very much. Make sure you pay those.
Well, I got them on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure that you're buying those. Unless it says that it's free to use, you don't want to be using somebody else's artwork.
So I've got 100 white stallions. This is one idea that we want to have on top of our Rocky Mountains. One stallion for each NFL year. Just ask for a event. Then I want the city of Denver to have.
You mean actual real living person?
Real horse, yeah. To be released and running on top of our mountains. I want the city of Denver. All downtown Denver, in every office building, they have bright orange lights for Broncos.
Yeah, really grand ideas. You really need to work with a promoter that can turn those into reality.
Do you know a promoter that can turn it up? Do you live in Denver?
Tom would be the best.
You live in Denver?
I live in the outskirts. Tom would be the one that knows.
If you want to try it, no?
So what's going on, bro? Deputy Clinton. They had it on their desk. They processed refunds on Tuesdays. Mail them on Thursday. It'll be in the mail Thursday.
I want to release 100 white stallions on top of our iconic Rocky Mountains. One stallion for each year.
You're kidding, right? You don't mean real stallions.
Real white stallions.
Yeah. Where are you going to get white stallions? Did you watch
Remember, Thunder.
I know, but you release them. How you get them back? I mean, you talk.
Well, you know, they just let them run free, but we're not gonna let them run all over. But we let them run free. For as an event celebrating the NFL's 100 years, 100 stallions for 100 years. Because our mascot is a white stallion, Thunder. Then I want the downtown city of Denver, orange lights in every office building. I'll call it brown, rock, orange. This is going to be the opening ceremonies of the 100-year anniversary football world fair. Now I want to know, can I direct them to my YouTube video?
Are they using, do they have any events planned? First of all, Nathaniel, you know you can't get this done for next year. You know that.
No, I don't know that. Now the NFL have one event, and they don't even have them all planned right now.
Nathaniel, trust me, they do have them planned if they're going to have them.
Bro. I've been checking them out, man. They don't. They're still working on it. But I want
they might be working on minor details, but trust me, they have the venues, they have the participants.
Can I direct these people to my YouTube video? Can I give them the phone number to the Broncos headquarters?
No. I don't want to tell people to call Broncos because that's just not cool. I really don't want to. I mean, you want them to call and lobby for your event?
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
Nathaniel, here's right here. NFL to celebrate 100th season in 2019 with year-long event series.
That's what I said.
But you said they're not planned.
They don't have them all right now. All they have right now is right here, and it just came out with that. This is their logo. Just came out with that about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
And they might be doing some minor tweaking here and there, but they have the venues already locked down. They have to.
Well, they haven't shown them yet on the internet.
Would you call NFL PR seriously? And ask, I'm very serious. You tell me we have a radio show and we had somebody who wanted to know about the venues. If they're locked down, if there's anything still open for negotiation.
Get 30% off.
And can I give you my email address, all those who want to join the organization?
Now, Tom Martino,
just
the Troubleshooter.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. As we approach the new year, make it a truly new year for you. It's horrendous if you have tinnitus and don't have it controlled. Thank goodness I went for treatment at Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. They have advanced treatments, some better than others, depending on the kind of tinnitus you have. Some tinnitus treatments can be permanent for you with certain tinnitus. And for hearing aids, they have all kinds. Free trial periods. And that's the important thing. You never buy anything you don't want. 303-534-0163. Clarkson and Hamden. They have a beautiful facility in that urgent care building on the second floor. Helpforringing.com. If you have hearing problems, there's no reason to live with them. Really. 303-534-0163. Mark Trenner's with us, Trenner Law. And he's an intellectual property attorney for inventions, trademarks, patent searches. We had a call earlier. And he wants to know, what do? You have an idea. People, most of the problem we have are people with ideas. We have a common man we invited today, Nathaniel, and he has an idea. I want to have a World's Fair celebrating the 100th year of NFL in Denver and be the host city. And all of their events, I contend, are already planned for 2019. It takes 2 years to plan a halftime show on the Super Bowl, let alone trying to get something done in Denver for next year. But let's say that's not the issue. Let's say timing is not the issue. And I certainly don't mean to put anybody down, but when you have an idea means nothing, literally nothing, without execution. You must know how to execute it or know how to assemble the people to execute it. You must have something in the game, or you don't. In other words, if you want to invent something and you have absolutely no idea how it's done, you just have an idea this should be done. I'll go back to the cocooning of airplane seats to save lives. Okay, well, I could say I want an airplane that never crashes because automatically some, I don't know, giant helium gas drones come and fill it up with helium. I'm just saying that an idea doesn't make money. It doesn't make an invention. So this guy had an idea for an app. I have ideas for apps. What part, let's take an app. What part of an app is protectable? Mark Trenner, what part?
It's going to be the algorithm, what's going on behind the scenes.
What about the design?
The design's probably not.
What about what?
Copyrightable, but not patentable.
What it does.
Yeah, that's the functionality of it, the algorithm, the behind the scenes, the actual processing that the computer's doing to generate those.
I'm trying to give an example. Okay. We had a game called Angry Birds with the slingshot, and you slingshot birds.
Right.
I can have a game and call it Angry Penguins, can I? Or something like that. And so same exact...
There might be a trademark issue there.
Okay.
You're trying to trade off their name.
Okay, then let's just say Lovely Puppies or Flying Puppies.
Yeah, you can probably do Flying Puppies.
And the same slingshot.
Yeah, they probably didn't get a patent for it. I don't know, but they probably didn't. But you might have been able to get a patent for figuring out the different angles and stuff if there was anything new and unique about it. I think it's probably a lot of mathematics.
Are apps patented? Are they patented?
Oh, yeah, apps are patentable.
Are they? Or are there apps?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like Facebook, they have an app, right? Okay. Facebook has a lot of apps because of all their behind the scenes.
What would be patented in Facebook? What?
A lot of the behind the scenes, especially in how they track what you're doing, where you're at, and what your interests are, and then turning that into an ad stream, a revenue stream for advertising, and matching the ads and what they show you.
I'm going to give you an idea of an app, and I want to see. Let's just say there's an app. I'm taking this from email. There's an app for, and this is not the one that emailed me, but it's something like it. It's an app for people who want to be in show business and they want to try out for parts, but there's no way to the travel and all that. And casting agents who are out looking for talent, they download the app. And then millions of people download the app. This is a great idea, actually. Okay, so the casting agents list the projects they're working on.
Right.
I need a middle-aged housewife for this, or I need this. And they list without giving identifiable stuff.
Right.
Okay. Then I go on and I say, see, oh, they're looking for an older man in good shape who can dance, okay, for this part. And you're supposed to film yourself and answer questions, very specific questions. And the app has the questions, and then you film yourself and you submit it. Now you are in this casting app, and the casting agents can go through and pick what they like. By the way, could be a great. Now, seriously now, that idea, what would be patentable is the idea that you cannot use
an online casting match.
Can I say from now on, no one, if I patent this, can do online casting matches?
No. Just like there's multiple dating services. Okay. That's basically a dating service.
How narrow can I get in?
Yeah, you'd have to get narrow because the idea itself is a matchmaker. It's an online matchmaker.
It's a matchmaker.
You can't patent online matchmaking.
But no one has done it for parts in show business.
Yeah, that's just an application, right?
So can I say...
You can't patent an end use.
This casting app that videotapes and records people? It's a casting app. You can know.
So now you're adding some more detail, but just video recording yourself and putting that. I can find an app that does that already, so that's going to be out. There's going to have to be something in the matchmaking service.
The people fill out the questions.
Yeah. So you did mention the questionnaire, detailed questionnaire.
The questions are weighted.
Now, what are you doing with that data?
The questions are weighted, and then matched with the video, and those with the best score go to the top of the list.
So now you're getting closer. That's what you would be looking to patent, that unique algorithm. Just weighting questions and making a match, that's probably been done already. But the deeper you get into that algorithm, the more detailed and more specific you get about it. Facebook has very detailed algorithms for how they match you with what ads are shown. That's why if you're walking through a store and you walk by a product, you'll almost get an ad just for that, because their algorithms are so detailed that they can show you exactly what you're interested in. That's how detailed you need to get.
So there's really nothing that Nathaniel showed us about this celebration, nothing protectable there.
I mean, he's got copyright in all his materials.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, but he has descriptions of
their
events.
Ideas.
But they're ideas.
They're ideas.
I mean, there's nothing solid that someone, I mean, anyone could take any one of those ideas and run with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, ideas
For him to be able to protect something, like, what would he have to do? Is that even protectable?
Yeah, I mean, it might be protectable if he were working with a promoter and they started putting it together and actually worked on a production, and once you start getting a production or everything leading up to the production, a script for the production, that's going to be protectable.
When Broadway shows and plays are are being put together, it's ultra secret.
That's right.
Because nothing's protectable.
Right.
And then it becomes... Okay.
But once they have the production, or at least a manuscript for a production, now they've got something to protect.
Okay. And so, in other words, people, if you have any questions, it gets very confusing, okay? It is so hard to encourage ideas, but at the same time say, the idea in and of itself means nothing. You have to build it.
Yeah, the initial, you don't have to build it.
Well, you have to build it on paper or some way.
Yeah.
It has to be built.
Yeah, on paper.
It has to be buildable.
Yeah, or at least you have to be able to explain it.
Art. Art is
definitely copyrightable. Mm-hmm. That's why it's asking if you had drawn any of this. If those were your paintings, that would all be protectable.
Yeah, and providing they want to use them.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's protectable whether somebody wants to use it or not.
Exactly, but
that's the value.
Protection doesn't do any good if no one wants it anyway, is what I'm saying. So, but it is wise to protect first. Before.
Oh, definitely.
Now, what about Linda? Linda had her trash service. I'm Tom Martino, by the way, and we help people, and Linda had a trash service. And I don't want to get into a lot of details. She's elderly. She is on a fixed income, and every dollar means a lot to her. And she, in order to keep her trash in order to keep it affordable, she would go on vacation hold and release the vacation hold when she had enough trash to be picked up. So instead of getting picked up every week, she would only be picked up whenever she needed it. To make a long story short, she ended the service and had a $40 credit. Okay, so what happened? Linda, you're up. What happened, Clint?
I contacted them. They're very polite. They had hers at the top of the list to process on Tuesdays, which is today, and they mail them on Thursdays, so it'll be in the mail on Thursday.
You should get it by no later than Monday, Linda. You're $40.
Oh, thank you. I hate to bring this up, but the 60 cents, too, because every penny counts.
Yes, it'll be $40.60.
Thank you.
Linda,
sorry.
Serious? No, don't be sorry, Linda.
I'm very
Seriously.
embarrassed to have
No, don't be embarrassed. Now, just tell me. I mean, do you get by month?
Yes, I do. I'm on a very tight budget.
Were you ever married?
Oh, I was married. My husband passed away about 9.5 years ago.
Did he prepare? Did you have a retirement or anything from him?
Not, well, I'm on widow's pay, but he...
What is that, on the Social Security?
Yes.
How much do you get a month?
Do I have to say it over?
Oh, nobody knows your last name. Sure, go ahead and say it.
Okay, I get about a little over 13.
Okay, and do you have food stamps or Medicaid? You have anything else to help you?
No, I'm a proud lady that I live on my budget.
But listen, if you qualify, wait a minute, what about health insurance? You may qualify, or you're on Medicare, right?
I'm on Medicare, and I'm fine with
Okay.
Yeah.
What about children? Do you have children?
I have a youngster, yeah.
How young?
Well, 40s.
And what is he doing?
Just starting a business.
But he's not draining you for anything, right?
Absolutely not.
Good.
Oh, no.
But your life is otherwise happy.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
And I walk every day, and I have some neighbors.
You know what? I just love your attitude. You worried about 60 cents. Hey, Daphne, I know we have enough in our charity account.
Oh no, Tom!
I know. I want to give you a gift. Are you going to prevent me from giving you a gift during the spirit of Christmas? And you would hurt my feelings if you did.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to give you a $100 gift. Not a big deal.
Well, thank you.
And if every dollar counts, this $100 will go. The way you are, how frugal you are, I know one thing: it's not going to be wasted, is it?
No, it's not.
So this is from the Troubleshooter Network to you. A $100 gift, all right? Okay. You can have it in any form you want. We can put it on a card. We can give it to you in cash. Well, literally, we can't give it to you in cash. Well, yes, we could. We could drop off cash to you. We could. Or we can send you a check. You decide. Okay, Linda, I'm not going to leave you on the phone to be awkward or anything. I want you to keep your pride, but we're going to give you a gift, $100. 303-713-8255. Peter, what kind of Cobra questions do you have? Yeah. Cobra is almost not worth discussing anymore, really, and I'll explain what that is to people. When you have coverage at work, Cobra is an automatic extension of that coverage if you accept it, but you must pay your employer's portion of the bill. So, is that what we're talking about, Peter?
What we're talking about is that I left my job and I went on to Cobra, and this was back in the middle of October.
That's too bad, man. That's expensive stuff.
Yeah, but I couldn't find insurance any more expensive, and once in March I turned 65, but when I got the information, I thought I'd had a direct payment, and so then I got a letter today, and it was... the letterhead said 11/20. I didn't receive it until
What do you mean 11/20? Oh, November 20th. Peter, let me ask you a couple of questions. When did you leave work?
I left work in mid-October.
Okay, mid-October. And when was Cobra going to be activated?
It was activated, so I activated it October 14th.
Okay,
so
and you're going to keep it. You're going to keep it till you go on Medicare?
Exactly.
Okay. And by the way, just a friendly little disagreement, I think you could find insurance better and cheaper. But that's just, I don't care. I'm not going to get into it. We'll help you with this. Hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Network. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ for straight, beautiful teeth. Whether you are an adult or a child, Now, for a child, they call it New Early Orthodontics. That's what I want to talk about right now. Keep in mind, they do it for adults in just 2 years. But with kids, over a long period of time, they wear mouthpieces at night that straighten their teeth. About 80% of his patients do not need braces at all. My child might be one of them. Then, if you do need braces, it's only a short time compared to conventional orthodontics. The long story short is this. With the new orthodontics, New Early Orthodontics, you're able to have, at a fraction of the cost, orthodontics for your kids. And it's more natural, it widens their palate, it straightens their teeth, without extractions, without surgeries, without years and years in braces. You want to find out more? Let me give you an example. For my 2 children, I pay for both of them $280 a month. For both kids, $280 a month. And for that, we get complete service. There's never a lump sum, and that's all it costs. And it depends on how many months it takes. But it's always going to be cheaper than regular orthodontics. New Early Orthodontics, 303-690-0400.
This report is sponsored by 23.
I'm going to do another one in a few minutes here.
But good news that northbound I-25
everything with the NFL, I call, everything is going to be email.
That's been cleared down for way all lanes reopened. Still residual backup to Alameda.
It's all
It is
email.
starting to improve on the
If you
front
go
end
to
of that
NFL.com, I got
driving southbound to 32, nothing to look at anymore. Most of the freeway systems, no other problem spots at this time. The weather forecast: chance snow showers later on today with a high of 34. Tonight, snow showers early, then partly cloudy overnight. Chilly and overnight low of 18. Right now, mostly cloudy skies in the Mile High City. We're sitting at 30.
It wouldn't do any good for me to email from
6:30.
Hey, I know, but what's the
Give the gift for everyone you love
we're
with a
trying to find out if
DNA
they
kit
have
from 23andMe.
2019
This
events
holiday
all locked
season,
in.
go to 23andme.com/gift. They get 30% off each
Everything they're
gift.
doing
Offer ends December 25th.
already done and
Okay, so let's talk about something. Fix It 24/7. Right now, if you have any heat issues at all with cold weather coming up, they will find it for just $39 no matter how long it takes. You don't even have to get it fixed. Of course, you may want to because they have great value, but for just $39, you get a technician to your home to find a problem, to assess it, to give a full written detailed report. If you decide to have the work done, they credit you that $39, and you get the work done at the best value anywhere. If you don't have the work done, the most you're going to pay is $39. But find out now the condition of your HVAC system to make sure you're never without heat. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
It's the new Capless and Kafer Show. Afternoons 4 to 7.
Human waste flooding Denver's
public
areas. Why Rico Park is partly the
Why is Trip Valley
Half
elevator,
NAFTA 2.0? The answer just might surprise you.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Never, ever, ever have I met someone so good at what they do that we never get a complaint. You know, people say, don't jinx it, knock on wood, knock on wood. You know what? If you complain about Frank, I have no idea what it would be. Maybe you don't like the color of his sports jacket. It's always black. I love Frank. I love what he does. If you're buying or selling real estate, he is so confident in the value that he gives to you that he doesn't hold you to a long-term contract. If you want out, you're out. He doesn't penalize you. He knows that he has to really earn your business every day, and he does. 303-920-1622. 920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, let's keep going here. Now, Peter, with your Cobra, here's the bottom line. You started Cobra, and what's the problem? You took over the premiums for the employer. And by the way, how much were your premiums alone when you had your health plan with the company?
$500.
That was your portion, $500?
Correct.
For you and your wife?
Correct.
Okay. And then how much was the employer paying for you?
Half that amount. I mean, he was paying the same amount, so it was 50-50.
Wow, so your premiums were $1,000 a month.
They were, yes.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of money. Okay, so when you went on Cobra, you assumed the full $1,000 payment.
It was $1,500. Went up to $1,500.
Why did it go up?
I don't know.
That doesn't sound right. Hold on. They usually, when you go from Cobra, from regular to Cobra, all you do is assume the company, unless it was going to go up anyway. Did they say? Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe it was what the company paid. I just assumed it was half and half.
Okay, so you were paying $1,500 a month, and are you sure? Did you try Integra Insurance to see if you could get better than that?
I've tried a lot of different insurance companies. I've not tried Integra. I just went on.
Integra, let me just say, Integra are brokers, and they sift through all of the offerings on and off the exchange to find the best for you. Are you eligible for tax credits?
No.
Oh, why? If you're out of work now or not, or did you get another job?
I got another job.
Okay, but so you're making a lot of money, basically?
Well, I have a lot of business interests. So
okay, but remember, equity is not counted against you. Only income when it comes to health insurance. You can have $1 million in the bank and still be eligible for Medicaid. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a lot of income, basically. That's why you have to pay the full tilt. What is your question about the $1,500 in Cobra? What happened?
Well, what happened is I actually left my job at the end of September. I got in contact with Cobra in the middle of October, and they reactivated it to October 1st.
Gotcha.
When I called them originally in mid-October, I thought I'd made a direct payment, and so I thought everything was good to go. So I went to the mailbox today and opened up the mail, and I'd gotten a letter from Discovery Benefits saying that they had not received a payment, and that
okay,
they
well,
were
either you pay
my insurance.
Okay, and that is their prerogative. And let me just say this: the same thing happened to me. And the same thing happens to many people on Cobra, and I'll tell you why. They don't want you, and they look for any excuse they can to cancel you. Thank goodness they canceled you. Thank goodness, because so you don't have to pay a dime right now. You've saved all that money. You can call Integra Insurance and get the best coverage, way better and cheaper. And that's good news. Now, I'm not saying health insurance is dirt cheap, but for two people, $1,500 from personal experience, you're going to get a better deal. You're going to get a better deal. Now, if you don't, fine, we'll fight to get you Cobra back. I have a conflict trying to fight to get you Cobra back because Cobra is the worst coverage you could have as an individual.
Okay, yeah, I mean, my only thing had been that I received this letter today. It was dated 11/22/18.
11/22/18, and you got it on December 3rd. Why is that? I got
it on December 3rd, and of course they cut me off on December 1st.
Yeah, so why did that take so long to get to you? I don't know.
That's what I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to know. Hold on. I have a feeling. Who is the processor?
It's Discovery Benefits.
No. Who's the carrier? Is it Discovery? I never heard of
United Healthcare.
Yes, the same exact thing happened with me. I'm telling you, this is like script. The same exact thing. I mean, I can't believe it. They're up to their old dirty tricks. They purposely send it out late. They get you so you can't renew. Man, thank God that they canceled you, and they're not looking for back pay. Thank goodness. You saved a bunch of money. You saved $1,500. I mean, you didn't have a claim, did you?
I've got several claims, and the real problem is...
No, wait. Did you have several claims during that short period you left work?
Yes.
That's why they did it. You're going to have a lot of trouble. You have to prove... Why did you say, I thought I made a payment? Because if I get you new coverage at a better deal, it's not going to go retroactive. So...
Because they were supposed to send me coupons. I never received those coupons.
Yeah, but that's bad. You thought you made an automatic payment.
The recurring payment.
Yeah, an automatic recurring payment.
That's what I mean. You thought you made it, but you didn't.
Right.
There's no excuse for it, but we need to get Integra on. Hold on a second. I just need to ask them some questions as an insurance expert. Boy, are you getting a screw job. You are really. Gary's got a comment for Nathaniel's NFL idea. Gary, go ahead. What's happening?
Well, yeah. In case, say they get that fair going for the NFL, and I had a little, you know how they have like whack-a-mole?
Yeah.
If I had a booth and it would be NFL thing, be like whack a spouse or whack a baby mama.
Oh God! Because you're saying because of the terrible news lately.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you something seriously. Wasn't that just that one guy, or does this seem to be pervasive?
All the time.
Does it seem to be pervasive among football players?
I think so. That and DUIs and everything else, and they get away with. As long as they're good at what they do, they got a pass.
No, they shouldn't get a pass. Absolutely not. Yeah. He just held it and make a joke. I thought he had an idea. But again, you know, people with ideas, again, you know, ideas are cool. But let's talk about actual inventions. Even invention ideas, you have to be able to execute in a way. So let's see. Do you have any recent, Nathaniel, do you have any recent inventions you'd like to run by? Anything that, or is it something you can't do because you want to protect them?
Well,
like that baby bottle you did. Was that protected? Did you patent that?
No, it's not. But I have many ideas. I want to put together.
I think you should take one.
A goalpost to shoot off fireworks for the 100-year
Now, by the way, hold
Super
on.
Bowl.
That could be something that you could patent if you could design a goalpost to shoot off fireworks when something goes through it. For the field goal
or a touchdown,
or wireless, so the officials can do it. I think that's pretty cool, actually. Not just for a celebration, but I think that would be a pretty cool thing. But that would have to be, again, you'd have to design it and get it all done. Then you sell it to the NFL. But that's not a bad. That's not a bad idea, is it, Mark? That would be a product he'd have to...
Yeah, that's definitely something you'd want to work out the details.
Those tubes could easily be packed with fireworks and an igniter and all that. But you know what I mean, Nathaniel? That idea in and of itself is not worth anything. You have to have...
This is how it's going to look right here.
Yeah, I understand that part. But you have to have a way to do it. In other words, you have to get engineers together or people who can design where the explosives go, where the fire... And then you would patent that, and then you would market it. You would market it to whoever, high schools or whoever wants exploding goalposts.
Can I tell people about my YouTube video so they can check it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just go to YouTube and type in Football World's Fair.
Yeah, that's all you need. Denver.
Okay. Denver, most famous city football World's Fair, either or.
Yeah, just put in Denver Football World's Fair and you'll get to it.
And if you're interested, you can email me.
Sure.
If you want to enjoy this, this whole idea that I'm trying to bring a World's Fair 100-year to
just give your email.
Denver.
Just give
the
your
email is E as in easy, Z as in zoo, E as in easy 122128
Okay.
This is for all the Bronco country fans.
You understand that even if
the Lord will, we shall live, we're going to do this.
Okay. You know that even if you got a top-notch promoter involved today, that the likelihood of having a production and a day ready to go in 2019
could be slim, but we still want to do it.
Worse than slim. I think it's impossible, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's impossible.
For the God, brother, nothing is impossible.
First, you have to do the rights. Before you get the rights, you don't do anything. You get the NFL rights for a day. Did you call NFL PR? Did you call them?
Yeah, everything has to be done through email.
Oh, okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I have to take a break. If you have any ideas, seriously, if you have any invention ideas, give us a call. We have our intellectual property attorney here. He'll give you free legal advice. We also will get to our calls, okay? We will absolutely go. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. If you go to that website, there's a form to fill out to predict what your lot will do and your roof line for electricity over the next 20 years. Why? Because CAM Solar, unlike any other company, is run by engineers. They guarantee the electrical production, they guarantee the parts, and they guarantee the labor for 25 years. You really need to check them out. Now, obviously, it's only as good as the company, but they've been around a long time, and many of these warranties are backed up by the manufacturer of the products. And it's the best in the solar industry. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. Once you sign up for this and you start buying this system, you no longer pay electricity at all. You just pay for the system, and then it's lower, and you save money from day one. With tax credits, there's no down payments. Once the system is paid off, think about this. You will never pay for electricity. No matter how much the rates go up, you will still have your solar system. And it's guaranteed for 25 years. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW and iHeartRadio.
What's happening? Oh, 34.
Network. All Wall Street stocks are higher in afternoon's trading after the U.S. and China reached a 90-day trade truce. Trade-sensitive stocks are among the gainers today, like Boeing, which is the biggest contributor to the Dow. And Amazon pushing past Apple's the biggest U.S. company by market
I've never heard of
capitalization
someone asking for a lot more than they want.
Stocks have some gains. If Amazon can take that position at the close, it will be the first time the e-commerce retailer will hold that title, according to Dow Jones market data. And the tiny energy-enriched Arab country Qatar pulling out of OPEC to focus on its gas business. Qatar's announcement comes before oil exporters are meeting this week to try and figure out what to do about the supply of oil prices. Qatar is one of OPEC's smallest oil producers and is in the middle of a disagreement with Saudi Arabia and other.
That way, we're not trying to. Now, next time he's here, we can ask. But I would hate to say.
Well, I don't know anything about this lady either.
Protecting data across modern decentralized networks presents challenges that traditional backup solutions can't handle. At best, you'll waste time and money managing multiple solutions. At worst, gaps in coverage will leave your data vulnerable. Barracuda Backup is a single cloud-integrated solution that simplifies the backup process and allows data replication to anywhere on your network or private cloud. Barracuda's cloud or to the AWS public cloud. We claim your data. Try Barracuda Backup free at barracuda.com/backup.
No, I think what it is, they don't want a person there.
That's the 23rd long the biggest tent ever can cover 10 football fields. We have already made world-class airport of tents. We have a retractable tent. Will it be a removable one?
So you want to try to get this tent manufactured by next year? This giant tent, or is it already in stock?
Sunny, a tad warmer, a high near 38. Right now, mostly cloudy.
A tent dome to go over, a retractable tent dome to go over the stadium and get Super Bowls.
But that's not for your World's Fair.
No.
Oh, okay. DNA kit from 23andMe. This holiday
season, visit
23andme.com/get.
I'm just going to build a matter of months.
A tent over the stadium?
Tent dome. Retractable.
Why do you think they haven't done it?
Can you sew it? Can you see one?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Simply Floors, Inc. For savings. Simply Floors, Inc. will get you Simply Savings. Simply Floors, Inc. Up to 40%. In many cases, 20% is routine. All you have to do is shop them, and you make your own appointment at Simply Floors, Inc. They will destroy the big box prices, and they will give you better service, better installation, and better warranties. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Why would you go anywhere else? Okay, so we're talking about Cobra. Cobra is a continuation of health insurance when you leave your job. In most cases nowadays, it's not worth it because you have to pick up your own cost and that of your employer. Let's talk to, I don't know who's on, but who's on with Integra? Who's on? It's John. This is John with Integra. Hi, John. How are you, sir?
Hey, Tom. How you doing this morning?
Thank you for being here. Cobra in general has been very expensive
since Obamacare. It's almost, I don't know, have you had people shop instead of taking Cobra, and can you normally beat Cobra?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I can't, but I can't say that every time.
No, of
now
course not. Of course not.
Because these individual rates have gone way up.
Yeah, United Healthcare has a Cobra plan. Was $1,500 for this guy and his wife. That to me sounds outrageous. I mean, I don't know, $1,500 for two people. What do you think?
Well, it depends on their age. If they're in their 60s.
Let's find out. Yeah, they're in their 60s, right, Peter?
That is correct.
So, so it could be $1,500, couldn't it?
Very much so.
Now,
if they're not getting any tax credits.
Yeah, and he makes too much money for tax credits. So,
but he has other options out there this year, depending on his health, because the fines and penalties are going away for 2019.
Right. Now, here's one thing, though, that I want. Peter's going to turn 65 in March. So isn't he eligible? When is he eligible? The month of March or the year?
But I'd strongly recommend for Peter, if he's going, it will be the first day of March.
Okay.
Go on Medicare, if that's what he's planning to do. So to bring his premiums down, he could do a short term easily for January and February, then flow into Medicare.
And that could easily, but he has a problem now because he went to Cobra and thought he was hunky-dory, and he had some claims that should have been covered, but Cobra claims he was terminated or lapsed. And listen, John, I've heard of this happening before, and I want to know what you think he can do. He claims he was never sent any coupons, and he got a letter dated November 20th, but he got it today or yesterday. And that letter says basically, we never got a payment, you're done. So I don't know how this works, but it seems to me that United Healthcare, in my opinion, probably doesn't want Cobra patients who have claims, and purposely, I really mean this. They did it with me back years ago. I think they purposely delay letting you know about your past due payment so they can lapse you. Now, what I want to know are, what should they have done if he hadn't paid? He went on Cobra in the middle of October. It was supposed to, excuse me, in the end of September, right? Was that right?
Yes. Yeah, and I did pay the first month. I paid retroactive to October 1st, so I did make the first payment.
So your coverage took place October 1st?
Correct.
And your next payment was due November 1st?
Correct.
But they sent you a notice November 22nd saying we never got it?
Yeah, it was dated November 20th.
Okay, and did it say to you have so many days to pay, or did it say it's too late?
Yeah, it says you have to pay by 12/1, and I received the letter on 12/3.
What would you do, John? What would you advise him to do? That doesn't sound fair to me. They send him a letter and say you have to pay by December 1st. And
Number one, I think I'd call United. If you have that number, Peter.
Did you call them, Peter?
No, I called Discovery Benefits.
But the benefit people, really, that's not who to call. You need to call United with your policy number and get right to it. What did Discovery Benefits tell you, the ones who coordinate benefits for that?
They told me it's done through the federal government and that there's nothing they could do about it. And
well, that's a bunch of crap. That's a bunch of crap. It's done through United. The federal government has nothing to say about it.
It is a federal program you're on, Peter?
It might be a federal program, but United is the one that processes it.
Now, they're the carrier, but, you know, Peter, and when you've talked to, if I may ask you, Peter, when you've talked to that Discovery, and since you are a federal employee, they
just said it's federally mandated.
He is not a federal employee. The federal mandate has nothing to do with who processes the payments. They're just trying to deflect you, Peter. You should go to United. It's ridiculous to say it's mandated by the federal government. Okay, that's ridiculous. You go to United Healthcare. Just because something is mandated by the federal government does not mean that the federal government processes your payments.
Okay.
You're smarter than that anyway. You know it's a deflection. You know it was a shove-off. So, so you go to United and you simply say something very simple. This notice you got was from United, not from the benefit company, right?
Well, it says it's from Discovery Benefits.
And so United probably sent it to Discovery, and Discovery sent it to you. Is that how it worked?
I mean, I set up everything. I had to set up everything through Discovery Benefits. That's who does Cobra.
But you have a policy with United, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
UMR.
All right.
But the HR people here in this case, wouldn't it be Discovery, Tom?
Well, is Discovery part of your company's HR? Peter?
I would assume it probably is.
Okay. I mean, they didn't just come out of the woodwork.
No.
Okay. So, but I don't see why he would deal with Discovery now, John. They don't care. If they screwed up, they especially don't care. United Healthcare, here's what I would say. I really would. I'd say United, I'm going on Social Security in March, and I need coverage, and I paid for Cobra the first month. There would have been no reason for me not to pay the second month. I did not receive any coupons. I did not receive any notices, and the notice I did receive came 2 days late for me to pay. I have outstanding claims, so I want to be reinstated, or I want you to prove that you gave me notification of lapse. If not, you will be hearing from my attorney and a bad faith lawsuit. That's exactly what I would say. And I guarantee you, Peter, if I could do it in your name, I'd do it, and you will get results. But if you don't do what I just told you, you're not going to get results. So you could call right now and call me back in 15 minutes and say, you were right, Tom. They reinstated me. But you must use those words. You must demand to see the notice they gave you of lapse, which is required, right, John?
Correct.
Okay, and they have to send it to you. Where'd they send it? You never got it. And the only notice you did get, it didn't even come from United. It came from Discovery, and it came late. Too late for you to pay. And you're willing to pay right now, today, or you're going to court for bad faith and penalties. I'm serious. And you say it a very nice way. So are you ready to call United? John, do you have a number for United he should call? We can give him off the air?
Off the air. Can Peter just give us a quick caller up here at the office?
Yes. You know what? Okay. Integra Insurance, Peter, they're golden. They can help you. And when it comes time for Social Security supplementals and all that and drug plans, don't even try to figure out the best plan. Don't even try. You won't pay a dime more going to Integra. I'm telling you, they're a lifesaver for me. So put them together, will you? Integra is 303-466-5500. We're going to hear that he was reinstated. We're going to hear it. Now, John ordered from Carpet Mill, and it wasn't correct. Christy has a suggestion to help with the trash pickup lady. June says his disabled brother lives in Colorado Springs having issues with a heater. So all of this is coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. We aim to please. One Clear Choice Garage Doors is at the ready anytime you need anything with garage doors, including the free Martino inspection. Now, don't just call them willy-nilly. You call them if you want to use them for your garage door company. If you're having issues, they do a free inspection, safety tune-up, lubrication of hinge bolts and tightening, all for a phone call for Martino listeners. If you need a whole new openers, they just start at $333 for the best, fully installed. 303-565-6409. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
This report is sponsored by 23 and Me.
Well, I don't have
me. So I wasn't sure if you wanted me to say it.
And it comes out of my, we gotta do Sue, and it comes out of our charity.
Yes, and I told her, I told her that you would.
That is so nice. Yeah, we're gonna announce that.
Yeah, well, I thought you.
That woman just touched my heart.
Yes, and she touched this guy's heart.
I used to carry a lot.
After the happened today, I put on these pants. It was something
from the wash?
Yeah.
It's always clean money then.
Yeah.
But it's amazing the way money goes
clean your teeth.
Yeah, make sure it's
I'll do the charges, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Boy, I did my phone.
For everyone,
No, that didn't
you're probably going to need your services.
It was in there for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
When you open them up.
y'all have a sandwich machine around here?
Is there a sandwich machine? They might have sandwiches downstairs in the in the old restaurant. There's machines, and they have sandwiches.
They don't have a restaurant.
No restaurant.
What's that guy? Didn't the guy start there?
He's working out of there for his food truck. He prepares everything in there. But yeah, it's downstairs. We can show you after we leave where to go.
Of course, it's got to be so old or so new.
I don't know what. I don't forget the details.
Did your son buy a phone? I have a phone.
This was a couple years ago. He was buying because at the time
do they allow you to add your own equity for that unexpected?
I got a phone. It's in beautiful shape, except if you can get in contact with a promotion guy, let me know. You got my phone number?
I'm thinking about going to my dad at Jitterbug.
You don't want to give your phone. Oh, that's what it was, Jitterbug. No, I get my email. But I'm saying, if you can get in contact with a promoter, let me know. Give me a call.
You need to call them. They're not good for you.
But I will. I want my mom just went and just did on her own.
Now is the time to become mortgage.
And they make a smartphone.
Here it is, right here. But it's
so they can go in any.
720.
It's great calls or something services, but it uses the Verizon network.
So my food, I'm at one time or what?
What's that?
Do I have anything?
So it's very easy to.
We only have a few minutes.
Okay.
They made it.
You do that magazine? You do that magazine?
Get that from my mom. What magazine?
Oh, my dad. Yeah, I looked over it. Yes, I looked over the whole thing.
And it's big numbers.
Oh, read about it. They're great.
Tom Martino for GenesisTotalExteriors.com. That's all you need to know for everything from the roof, gutters, siding, windows, decks, fencing, bathrooms, kitchens, additions, remodels. He's really a great guy. And here's the deal. GenesisTotalExteriors.com will never cheat you. That's what I love. In this, he'll give you top quality work. The way it's going right now, it's like we're at a war right now with contractors. You can trust Mark Szymanski, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Let's get to the phones quickly here. And Mark Trenner, of course, Trenner Law. He's always available when he's not here, 720-221-3708. So Christy has a suggestion. Go ahead for that trash pickup for that lady. And by the way, we had a kind gentleman offer to match my $100 to give her a Christmas gift. She sounded really like a nice woman. She wasn't asking for anything except her $40 and how many cents? 16 cents. No, 60 cents. And I'll bet you if it's 50, she will call me back. So I offered her $100 really to ease her burden a little. I can tell every dollar means a lot. Some listener said, I'm going to match that. That's very nice. Thank you. Christy, what's your suggestion for her?
Hey, it's not actually just for her, but other people that might, every penny does count with a lot of people.
Yes.
And if you live in an area where you're free to choose your own trash collection company, it's a little harder to pull off if everybody's with Waste Management, and you have to all put your barrels out on the same day. But if you can pick your own, and you have a neighbor who's willing to go in with you, most trash companies are pretty generous as far as how many bags of trash or recycling they will take from one home. And we never come close to meeting that, and a lot of people don't. They've got a couple barrels or a couple bags. Why not go together, next door neighbor, across the street, or whatever, go together, split the cost.
Yeah, you would, and then you all put out, and if you don't have one every week, somebody else would.
Well, I don't mean all of your neighbors. I just mean...
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why not.
I wonder if people try to do that already. I wonder, because wouldn't that... Just think about 2 or 3 families that hardly have any trash, and they all put it on at the same spot. They're not trying to,
just one person's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if people do that now. That's a good suggestion, Christy, especially for senior citizens. Really good. John, what's going on with you? John.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, man.
Tom.
What's happening with Carpet Mill?
Well, you know what? I'm calling on behalf of my girlfriend and her sister. They live out here in Aurora in a pretty sizable home.
Yeah. Is it a simple thing that they ordered carpet and the wrong one came in?
Yeah, that's the gist of it. But the total of their finance was $10,000.
Okay, so what kind of floor was this?
Well, they originally had carpet, then they were going to replace it with carpet, but when they came to install the carpet, it was the wrong carpet.
Now, do they have a sample of what they ordered?
Yeah, they had a picture.
Well, did it match or not?
No.
All right, so that's what's the big deal? I mean, if they brought the wrong carpet, then did they refuse to have it installed?
Yes.
Good. So what's the issue now?
Well, then they went ahead with Empire Today and just wood floored the whole place.
But let me ask you this, John. Let me ask you this. Yeah. Did she buy it based on a photo only? Because that's the worst way in the world to buy carpeting.
Okay.
Is that the way she did it? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so
would you like to speak to her right now?
I would love to speak to her directly, yes. Okay, that would be so much better than this relay here.
Hello.
Hi, what's your first name?
My first name is Radik.
Radik?
Yes.
When you ordered your carpet at Carpet Mill, were you in the store?
Yes, I was in the store.
And you had a photograph? And you had a photograph?
Yes. And I asked them,
was it from their catalog, or was it, what was the photograph of?
Yeah, from their sample catalog. Yes.
Okay, they did not have another sample in the store you could look at?
Yeah, I asked them, can I get an actual sample of the carpet to go with me home so I can compare at the time of installation? Right. They say they don't have actual sample.
So you ordered it based on the photograph on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. And when it came in, there's a difference between the wrong carpet.
No. There's a mistake here. They showed me actual sample at the store, and I make a picture of it.
Oh, I get it now. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So the actual photograph at the store, you actually saw the sample. Now,
yes,
are you?
I touched it and I saw
I got it.
Yes.
And you're telling me, and do they admit that the carpet that showed up is different, or are they telling you it's the same?
You know, they admitted, they tried to convince me it's the same carpet.
But then
not.
Did they ever admit it was the wrong carpet or not?
No, not at all.
So, I bet you the problem is this. You went with Empire, and they're pissed off right now, and they're probably going to charge you. What are you calling about? I mean, did you call just to tell me that you got the wrong carpet and went with Empire?
No. I think my boyfriend
What's the problem right now, though?
The problem is I ordered a carpet from Carpet Mill.
And it was the wrong one.
Yeah, with the 10,000 of the whole amount, and I paid them a check at 2,000, almost 200, 2,200.
Down.
And at the time of installation, they deliver a wrong.
We heard this. We heard this. Get to the part where what's wrong. Are they refusing to give your deposit back?
Yes, the deposit and the credit. I told them as soon as I got this wrong carpet, and I went to the office.
Radik, we don't need to know. Radik, we don't need to know any of this. They're refusing to give back your $2,200. Yes or no?
And yes, and the 8,000 credit too.
The 8,000 credit. Oh, did you put 8,000 on a credit card?
Yes.
So you mean to tell me you've already paid $10,000?
Yes.
And they won't give any of it back?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And okay, here's the problem. They're going to say you canceled and it's not their fault, but they got the carpet. I mean, you know, some kind of penalty maybe, but not the whole thing. Did you call your credit card company?
I did. I tried to dispute, but the solution is on favor of the merchant.
What? Did you tell them you did not get the carpet?
Yes, and I told them everything. I didn't get the carpet and the service, but they...
Okay, and did the credit card company did not take it off?
Yes.
Yes, they did not take it off.
Yes.
It's still on your credit.
Yes.
Who's the credit card company? Who's the credit card company?
Synchronic Bank.
This is ridiculous. Usually with a credit card dispute, if you don't get the product, they don't charge you.
Yeah, that's why I'm frustrating right now.
You know, I don't like Carpet Mill anymore. They used to be a great company, but to tell you the truth, in my opinion, they're not that great anymore. And this just goes to show you how they're clinging on to every penny. So here's what we're going to do. Hold on, and we're going to call them, okay?
Okay.
Hang on. Well, anyway, thank you very much for being here, folks, and we appreciate it. If you want to get a hold of Nathaniel, his email's way too long. Just go to us, help@troubleshooter.com, and we'll forward anything to him. And thank you, Mark Trenner Law. Adults who have crooked teeth.
Okay, you know what? You know what? She's going to have a problem. Because what if it was the same carpet?
That's what I'm thinking.
But here's the deal, man.